San Antonio's Sports Center.
The 2-0 Spurs are back in preseason action tonight. They return home to welcome the Utah Jazz into the Frost Bank Center. Tip-off is set for 7 o'clock. By the way, Dylan Harper will be playing for the first time this preseason. According to ESPN's Todd Archer, Jerry Jones will not appeal the $250,000 fine that he received this week from the NFL for an obscene gesture that he made during that win against the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports
I'd rather
Star.
see Don Harris shirtless.
Wow.
Yeah, way to go, Pledge. You couldn't wait for that drop to hit, right? Hallelujah, everybody. It's Friday. We have made it to Friday. It's a football Friday at that, and we're live out at Hero Stadium getting ready for a big football game tonight. Reagan and Johnson, the Stone Oak Super Bowl. Jason Minix will have that call for you beginning at 7 o'clock tonight right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Jason Minix. I'm Joe Reinagel.
And both wearing shirts.
Yes, we are, and I hope Don Harris keeps his on all the time.
Although, from what I understand, there might be some shirtless people in our studio. We're at the stadium.
Yeah.
But apparently the AC is out in our building.
Boy, that's too bad. We picked a good day to get out of there. The AC in the press box here is fantastic.
It is.
Works very well.
Why I generally will wear a long sleeve or a hoodie
This is awesome.
on a Friday night. So, I can't see Pledge. Pledge is wearing a hoodie. AC's out, but I'm going to wear a hoodie because,
right?
I make no sense.
No, he doesn't, but that's all right. That's Pledge for you. Beautiful shot if you're watching on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page of Hero Stadium. Obviously, awfully quiet out there right now, but certainly that won't be the case. Come about 7 o'clock tonight. This is a good football game tonight. The Stone Oak Super Bowl.
Johnson ranked number 1 in the city. And, Reagan had a very tough non-district and lost all 3. They won 2 in a row once they started district play. And Reagan's always going to be in the mix. And they've got some studs. But, my goodness, this Johnson team is just loaded. Lots of talent, lots of D1 talent, and they've got a freshman that you're going to hear about for the next 4 years, and then on Saturdays. And, the way he's playing as a freshman leads this Johnson team in receiving yards and touchdowns. He's got NFL talent written all over him.
Boy, who is this young man?
Braylon Allen.
Braylon Allen. All right. So remember that name when you're listening to the call tonight from Minix and Company right here on 94.1, 7 o'clock. That'll be fun. So you plan on saying his name quite a bit?
Absolutely. You plan on saying his name quite a bit. I mean, just to give you an idea, on the season, he's got 24 catches for 500 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Wow.
As a true freshman.
Yeah.
As a freshman.
Yes.
Already has an offer from UTSA, but that list is going to continue to grow. You got, love the kid, but they got this kid named McCreary. He had offers from everybody. This week he decided Oklahoma. Made his commitment there.
Wow.
The other receiver for Johnson, kid named Thompson, Baylor Tech, Vandy, Mississippi State. I mean, just
wow, those are some good schools.
Yeah, absolutely,
you got a good choice to go to. That's outstanding. So, stay tuned for that. Obviously, after the Blitz and after Extra Innings with Pledge, Minix is going to have that call for you, and it's going to be a good game. Speaking of good games, since I hate the Philadelphia Eagles less than I hate the New York Giants, I loved last night's football game.
I'm a big fan of the city of Philadelphia. I say that dripping with sarcasm. I mean, I did live there for a short time at the Philadelphia Navy shipyards when our ship was there. And I've had a lot of fun in Philadelphia, but I also got my ass kicked one time at an Eagles game. Not a lot of love for that city and their sports fans. And last night was just perfect. The way the Phillies season ended, Yikes.
Can you say dumbass?
Brain fart?
Honestly, yes.
I mean, that's just a total brain fart. You feel bad for the kid.
I don't feel bad for him. He's
dude,
a professional baseball player.
He is, but I mean, a mistake like that you see at Little League.
Oh my, exactly.
I mean, you imagine, a mistake like that in the Little League World Series, or your McAllister Park All-Star game, or something. Not at Dodger Stadium in a game like that. Bonehead mistake, just a brain fart, total brain fart.
Dude.
So Philadelphia's baseball season ends that way. They start their hockey season last night with a loss. Love that, because not a big Flyers fan. And then the Eagles lose. I don't care.
Eagles got stomped.
I don't care who the Eagles are playing, but anytime the Eagles lose, that's a good thing.
Dude, the Eagles got stomped. I mean, they were dominated last night by the New York Giants, which is incredible. Jackson Dart was impressive last night, but it was Cam Scatterbo.
Told you.
This dude, it can flat out run the rock, and I loved him afterwards. I was watching the postgame show. He comes over there and rips his shirt off.
Well, I mean, he heard about man nipples and Don Harris and decided he wanted to join that club, and fits on their TV set. I mean, they're just, all of it is there. Again, I've been telling you guys, I so wanted the Cowboys to draft him, watching him at Arizona State. I am not surprised with the way I watched him play in college that he's doing it at the NFL level. I do worry about what kind of long career he can have, because you see the knuckleheadedness things that he's done with his head going back to middle school and high school, and the way he plays in college and the way he plays in the NFL. I mean, he is a prime candidate to have his brain studied at some point, but you wonder how much of a pounding he could take at the NFL. But why he's got it, that kid is going to be incredible.
I tell you what, it's funny, because I heard some Giants players, a couple of them, say that those two players, Dart and Scatterbo, are giving the Giants hope. And I think that's an interesting soundbite coming from veteran players within that Giants locker room. The two rookies that have come in and kind of lit a fire and are giving that team hope. Now, look, the Giants aren't a Super Bowl team, but certainly the way they played last night, they're not going to be an easy out for anybody.
No, but and you talk about hope. The guys in the locker room know.
Mm-hmm. They do.
And they knew what they had in Russ. They know what they've got in Jameis. And there is hope. But also, the way the season started, you got a coach that knows he's probably going to get fired. You got some young players that know they're safe for now. And let's just go play free. And that's exactly what they're doing. When things get a little bit more pressure packed, you wonder what it would change. I mean, we've seen Jackson Dart in some big games while he was in college, and playing with pressure was one of the concerns about him in the bigger games. So right now, dude, nobody thought they were going to win. They were a 7.5-point dog. Now, some of us might have taken the Giants in 7, but picked Philadelphia to win the game. I thought it'd be close. I did not expect the Giants to win outright, and certainly not as easily as they did. And quite frankly, I'm keeping track of it on my phone, because I went and saw Cowboy Mouth last night at Sam's Burger Joint. Fun show. And then I'm looking at scores, and that made it even better.
It was a great game to watch. I watched every bit of that game last night, and it was impressive to see what those two rookies are doing for the New York Giants. And I tell you what, just with 2 losses in a row with the Philadelphia Eagles, the Commanders right there, they win this week. They're tied for first place. The Cowboys get a win. They're just a half game out. And so things are tightening up in the NFC East, that's for sure. Now the Commanders and the Cowboys have to go out and get wins. But having said that, that could really be tight. And you look at the Giants, I mean, it's conceivable they're right there as well. They reel off a couple of wins, and they're in the mix. So the NFC East could get exciting now that Philadelphia just doesn't seem to know what they're doing or what their identity is right now.
Well, and again, the beginning of the season, including their win over Dallas, every one of their games, they have figured out ways to win late until these last 2. But they could have lost all of them.
Yeah,
and
that's no doubt.
And the good news, if you're a Cowboy fan or, a Command Skin fan or a Giants fan, is Philadelphia didn't get such a big lead before the losses started to come that you do have an opportunity to get back in it. but that's the way the NFL is designed. I mean, you kind of like the fact that this could be a race all the way into late December. That's fun. It's not like, all right, well, the NFC East is decided in early November, and you've got no chance at a wild card, and you feel like your season is over.
Sure. But that's not the case, at least early on. But it does put the heat now on Washington and Dallas to keep track now that Philadelphia's kind of coming back to the pack. That is good. But, again, Cam Scatteraboo, bright future there, and it looks like Jackson Dart is the real deal. What I'm concerned about, Jason, with Jackson Dart, and I say concerned, he is a mobile quarterback. Yeah. And he's going to take some hits out there, but he's an accurate passer as well. And it's exciting to see a couple of rookies come into the league and have an impact on a team that has really been reeling over the last several years. And they snapped their streak of division losses last night.
Absolutely. And it didn't come against Dallas, which is even better. Came against Philadelphia, which you got to love. No, they're exciting young players. And I know player safety is always a concern, they tell us. See, Dayball. Check.
Get your butt out of there.
Come on. Telling the doctor, dude, he's good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you saw Russ. You got to play in. Did you see how poorly that throw? We can't. No.
You didn't hear the boos for Russ when he walked out onto the field. It was bad there. The Giants faithful not liking him at all. But, now Dayball's under investigation by the league for how he handled that. He's apologized. He's done all of that stuff. So we'll see what happens with Dayball. The other thing that happened today was that Jerry Jones is not going to appeal his thumb that turned into a middle finger.
I mean, I think he understands. I was giving half of a peace sign to those people in New York, and it's going to cost him $250,000. He's not going to win the appeal, even though Stephen Jones yesterday on the Blitz did tell us that they would have their day in court.
That's what he said. So Jerry must have surprised even Steven and said, nah, I'm not going to do the $250,000. I got that right here in my boot.
Yeah, it is boot.
I just whip that out and send that over to old Roger.
Candidly.
It'd be fine. Candidly. Jerry was on the radio this morning up there in Dallas. He had a few things to say, but Brian Schottenheimer, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, was on with the fellas from the morning huddle this morning, AJ and Rob, and he had some interesting things to say as well, as did Dak Prescott. We're going to hear from all of those players when we return live from Hero Stadium, side of the Reagan Rattlers and the Johnson Jaguars. The Stone Oak Super Bowl coming up tonight right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We're talking Cowboys when we return. Stay with us.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The Cowboys are in Charlotte, taking on the Carolina Panthers at Bank of America Stadium. Pregame starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
I got a little drunk the other night and went to my neighbor's house to see my dog that I gave him.
What? Hold on.
You gave it away?
Yeah.
The dog's going to miss you and think you're coming to pick it up, and then he's going to be sad.
You're turning the dog's life into a Supreme song, man. He's like, set me free, why don't you, baby? You just let me hang it on.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The UTSA Roadrunners open American Conference play Saturday night against the Rice Owls in the Alamo Dome. It's homecoming. It's UTSA's annual Hispanic Heritage Game. Tickets on sale starting at $24 at GoUTSA.com or call 210-458-8872. UTSA versus Rice presented by HEB. Kickoff 6:30. Upon exit, fans will receive Taco Cabana UTSA Football 15th Season Cups. Get your tickets now at GoUTSA.com because when we win, San Antonio wins.
Prepare for a cosmic convergence like no other. SpaceCon 2025 landing in San Antonio October 24th to 26th. Meet legends from across the galaxies. Elizabeth Olsen, Brie Larson, Paul Bettany, Ian McDermott, Karen Gillan, Carrie-Ann Moss, David Duchovny, and more. I've been waiting light years for this. SpaceCon 2025. The universe is ready for you. Tickets available at spaceconsa.com.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law Fights.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly Open Phone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And we're live at Hero Stadium on a football Friday. High school football action tonight. And then a big weekend of college and pro. Can't wait for that. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. Don't forget, set an alarm. Do whatever you have to do. 4:30 this afternoon, R.C. Buford is going to join us right here on the Blitz to talk a little bit about the vote on Prop A and Prop B coming up in November.
Absolutely. So R.C. Buford at 4:35 here on the Blitz. This morning, Brian Schottenheimer joined the morning huddle. And Joe, they were talking about all kinds of things from I don't know. Travis Kelce's would. They did.
Well, it doesn't surprise me with AJ talking about somebody else's wood.
To Jake Ferguson and his underwear.
Well, I've been very open with, I really think two things from last year. I'm going back to go forward. I think, last year he was banged up. He really was. He got a knee early on, first game against Cleveland, got the concussion midway through the season. And then I've been very upfront, honest, and hell, I'm probably the biggest one to blame in this. But I didn't feel like, looking back at the cut-ups over the spring, that we used them the right way. So now fast forward to this year. He came back in incredible shape. He's an engaged man now. He's in love. And he's totally changed his diet, which we all do. I mean, my wife's probably listening right now saying, yeah, what about your diet there, big fella? But Fergie he looks great. He's doing Hugo Boss commercials, guys. I mean, like, he doesn't even have a 6-pack. Like, he's got a 4-pack, but he's doing Hugo Boss commercials in his underwear. And, but he does look great. And, again, he's a guy that, again, his ability to catch and run, his size, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but man, like, just his size and catch radius, man, he's kind of always open, and so happy for him because he really has worked his tail off to get back and to do the things he's doing. We're not surprised, but getting that first touchdown this year a couple weeks ago was pretty important to him because he wanted to get off the schneid.
Yeah, you don't blame him for that. I didn't know about the Hugo Boss thing, but was reminded on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Havoc80 asked if I knew about Jay. I bought a Hugo Boss shirt at the Super Bowl last year, so maybe it's karma.
Well, I mean, but now you got to get some Fergie George, too.
Nah, I'm going to stay with mine.
Are you sure?
All right, yeah.
I mean, you discovered this guy.
Well, I did.
If he's
I can't go all in. Can't go all in, Minix.
You sure?
I'm positive. You got to draw the line somewhere.
You draw the line at Ferguson.
I discovered this guy. He's doing ads now. He's having a hell of a year. He's about to marry one of the Cavender twins.
Yeah.
And so, I think I've helped him enough. He's it's kind of like a kid. You got to send them out on their own now.
Really?
Yeah, I'm done.
Wait, so one, you take credit for discovering him, even though you found him on a football field.
Yes.
And now you're going to take credit for hooking him up with the Cavender?
Absolutely. Hugo Boss ads.
Yeah,
sure, all of it.
But you won't wear Hugo Boss undies.
No. I haven't even worn that Hugo Boss Super Bowl shirt. It's kind of goofy looking. I'm not sure what I was thinking.
It really is.
I don't know. I'm happy for Ferguson.
I can tell
he is having a hell of a year, and Dak's going to him a lot. That's whole security blanket thing that has been known from the tight ends in Dallas over the last gazillion years. As a matter of fact, is playing out again this year with Dak and Jake Ferguson.
Well, and again, Ferguson certainly playing well. Quite honestly, I mean, you just look at just the overall confidence that the offense is playing with.
That right now, we really are playing with a lot of confidence on offense. And again, I really feel like, we're able to attack people different ways, whether it's running, throwing, screens. I think the screen game's been something that's really come along for us in a good way. But again, it's not really the plays, man. It's the execution, and our guys are executing at a high level. Like you said, it's not just Dak, it's everybody. George is playing great. Terrence Steele's playing some great football right now.
Really?
Brock Hoffman, TJ Bass. I mean, I could go along the lines, but Jake Ferguson's having a heck of a year, and that needs to continue.
That needs to continue. Is that a warning to old Fergie saying, "Hey, dude, you're doing well right now, but don't slip up any. It needs to continue."
Well, of course.
Well, and it does.
I mean,
that sounded like a warning shot, though. It's like, and that needs to continue.
I mean.
Don't let Miss Cavender twin get in the way.
Schottenheimer just really does seem like a dude that you want to just go have a beer with.
Yeah.
Although when he starts telling stories, you realize you're not going to say 4 words, right? But he's a talkative guy. He likes connecting with people, and he is positive and upbeat. And it's different after a win, obviously, than after a loss. But we've seen him. I mean, when it's time to coach, he certainly is in control. There's no doubt. His coaching style different than a lot of others, but the personality is certainly there.
Well, there's no question about it. And I like the way that he is when he talks to AJ and Rob in the morning show. I mean, he's not afraid to joke around and have some fun. And so that's good. McCarthy was that way also. I mean, he really was to some extent, but Schottenheimer's got a much better personality, I think, than Mike McCarthy does.
Yeah, very much so. Schottenheimer every Friday on the Morning Huddle, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. And obviously, third straight year they're playing Carolina. Carolina is undefeated at home. They can't win on the road. This game is at Carolina. And one of the things that he talked about is just how physical this Carolina defense has been playing.
Yeah, well, number one, I'll say this again. I think they have some weapons that are dangerous. I think anytime you have a defense with Derek Brown out there, you're like, okay, this guy's a really good player. It might not have the same names that ring when you're going into New York to play the Giants, things like that. J.C. Horn is a heck of a corner. We've played. It feels like we play Carolina every year. So we've got a good feel for them. They've got a good feel for us, but. Again, balance is important to us, guys. And I would say this, the way I would phrase it to you guys is, we're always going to try to attack with our playmakers, whatever that looks like. That's the way I call plays. I call plays based on who's in the huddle, who do I want to get the ball to, what's that matchup look like. But this game and continuing forward, it's going to continue to come down to owning the line of scrimmage. And we had a very physical practice on Wednesday. Because I wasn't, overly pleased with the way we stopped the run on defense. And I thought, there was 9 carries, I think, of 2 yards or less for us offensively against the Jets. And so whether you're running or throwing it, you got to own the line of scrimmage. And so, coming off a win, you don't just go, hey, guys, great job, let's just change. No, we're going to go through the process. And we had a very, very physical practice on Wednesday, a good practice yesterday, and today's the final dress rehearsal kind of the week for running.
And he's right about that. Again, we talked about it yesterday. Carolina, at least so far, they've been playing much better at home. It took them a while last week to get over Miami, but they are playing better at home, and they do have some defensive talent, and they play physical football. So this is going to be I think, a more difficult game for the Cowboys than last week was, certainly. And I think a lot tighter game than was last week. The question is going to be, can Carolina's offense keep up with the Cowboys' offense? Because I'm fully expect Dak to put some points on the board.
Well, and again, Dak will. If you're Carolina, Chuba Hubbard isn't going to play. He's already ruled out.
Right.
Rico Dowdle. And Rico has said, buckle up, boys.
Buckle up.
And if Carolina can win time of possession, keep things on the ground, pick up first downs, and keep Dak Prescott on the sideline, that's going to be their best recipe this week. That's the only way. Now, Dak responded to Rico telling the Cowboys to buckle up.
Obviously, it means something to Rico, you know what I mean? But I also don't know if he necessarily meant it like personally to any of these guys in the locker room either, right? But I can tell you those defensive guys in there, they're going to be themselves regardless. And whether you were their friend or their teammate a year ago or not, I can tell you Donovan Wilson's coming downhill to make a physical tackle. I can tell you any of those guys up front are trying to make physical tackles. Kenneth Murray's going to do the exact same. So it's not about whether he says it or not. It's about the way that those guys approach the game and the way that we play being a professional.
You think Dak was sending a message to those defensive guys like, hey, he called you out. He's not your friend between that 3-hour time period, so go smack him in the mouth.
Well, and again, yes. I mean, yeah, all of that. They've got to be physical, and Dak's got the ability, a way with words, to where you could say that, yeah, my guys are going to be – Donovan, yeah, you're going to go smack him, right? I mean – because it's got to be frustrating for all those offensive guys, no matter what Dak says, to go out there and score and then watch them give it right back up. That was what was neat about last week. And, Dak was asked, I mean, how do you build off of last week's win?
Yeah, I mean, we got to improve on we definitely have to improve on just the 3 and outs. We're too good of an offensive unit just to have that many number of 3 and outs or even, scoreless possessions there in the second half when they had a chance to put them away a lot earlier than we did. But once again, a lot to build off of. When you score plus 30 in the NFL, that's good momentum. And obviously the pass game, the run game, they were balanced to an extent, maybe not to our standard. But it was a good road win. Anytime you can get a road win of that caliber in the NFL, that's going to take a big chunk of confidence and move us forward, especially going back-to-back road games.
And I think he's right. Again, it was the Jets, and the Jets are having a hard time getting on track. But still, you going up there and you whacked them. You did what you were supposed to do. So now you go to Carolina, which I think is a better team than the New York Jets, and we'll see what happens. But again, that Carolina defense, and especially the secondary, is vulnerable. And Dak should be able to throw the football around as much as he wants to do it.
You know, the reality is, it's what they're probably saying about the Cowboys. I mean, that defense is vulnerable. We're going to just have to score. I mean, offensively, Carolina could have a pretty big day. The question is, can the Cowboys defense get a stop here and there, right? I mean, I've got not a whole lot of confidence in the Cowboys defense. I just don't. They haven't proven they can get stop after stop after stop. Have they seemingly played better the last couple of weeks? Yeah. I mean, they have. And is that just Eberflus making adjustments, players figuring out how to play together and that sort of thing? I mean, it's not just complete offense, turn on the waterfall and move down the field. I mean, they have made some plays, but I've got zero confidence that when they need to get a big stop, that damn it, they're going to get that big stop. It's the Cowboys defense.
Well, until they do, and until they do it consistently, yeah. I mean, you're right to feel that way, but who knows? Maybe they'll turn it around. And I tell you what. Yeah, all the Cowboys have to do is look at the standings right now and realize that the Eagles are kind of in a free fall. And you got an opportunity with a win to really get this thing, tight. And I know it's still early in the season, a lot of things to happen, but you got to look at those standings and say, this is an opportunity and we can't lose this. And then look at your schedule moving forward and say, it's going to get a lot tougher from here. So we need to put this win in our back pocket. That's for sure. Speaking of the Philadelphia Eagles, my goodness, it was just a bad night all the way around for the city of Philadelphia. That's for sure. And Jerry Jones was on 105.3 The Fan this morning there in Dallas, and he was asked about the Giants being upset by the Eagles. We're going to hear from Jera when we return here live from Hero Stadium. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, as we talk about how bad that Cowboys defense is, and I've been telling you all season, whoever the quarterback is against Dallas, look at the yards, and you're probably going to want to go higher on your underdog. They've got Bryce Young right now on Sunday. Would you go higher or lower? 223.5 passing yards. He's only thrown for over 200 yards one time this season. And yeah, I would probably go higher for Bryce Young in passing yards. That's what you do when you're building your pick-em entry. Look at the stats and decide, do you think that player is going to be higher or lower, and make your selection. Underdog is so much fun to play. The best place to get in on all the action and make your picks and win money right here in Texas. Build your pick-em entry. You could win up to 5,000 times your cash, whether you're picking passing yards, rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, that sort of thing. So much fun to play. So download the Underdog app today. Sign up with promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. Promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, long weekend of football, but guess what? We got more to come. 2 Monday Night Football games tonight. Looking forward and looking back. Red River rivalry done. Did the Cowboys take care of business? And, oh, yeah, the Spurs played. Get here early. We got a lot to do. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and you can get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code STATE5 to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code STATE5 to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. That's code STATE5 for up to a $5 cashback bonus.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961. The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. At UMGC, turn your military rank into college credit. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Visit umgc.edu/SATX to learn more.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday evening at 6, the Aggies take on the Florida Gators. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We're live out at Hero Stadium. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. And, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us on a Friday. It is Friday. Congratulations. We all made it. The weekend is in sight. That is for sure. And Jason and I got a very nice gift today.
We did.
And if you're watching on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, and if you're not, I'll give you a minute or two to get there.
In fact, there you go. Good job.
Yeah, perfect. So we'll come back here, and I'm going to show you this. This is one of the coolest things I think we've ever gotten. Now, It's the business is called Cuts by Jones. Okay, so that's what you're looking at here. But this was all done with wood, and I don't know how he did it or how he does it, but it's pretty dang incredible. That is for sure.
He hand makes signs, a lot of sports logos, different cuts by Jones. When I first met the guy, we met him at a one of those Cowboy Hall of Fame trailer events about a year ago.
Oh, that's right.
And Cuts by Jones, I thought he was a barber. And he was like, no,
yeah, right.
And he messaged the other day and was like, yeah, I want to make you guys a sign. And that's what he came up with. It really is incredible work. The skill and talent to be able to do something like that, especially for two dudes like you and me, where I don't know, we would have lost 4 or 5 fingers and bled all over it, and that would have just been on the 9, let alone the rest of it.
I tell you, I wouldn't even have gotten anywhere close to that.
Yeah, no,
it's really incredible. So we'll be putting that up somewhere. We just haven't decided where, and very happy with that. It's and we appreciate it very much.
Came by earlier with his. I
don't want to mess that up.
Yeah,
so
I'm going
to put it right
there.
here
You
for
go.
now. Okay.
His daughter Kimmy came by.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Gave that to us earlier. Appreciate that. Very cool.
Very cool. We
very
do appreciate that very much.
And he's on his way to the Carolina game.
Yeah,
this
he said he's flying out there tomorrow.
Yeah.
To go watch the Cowboys and the Panthers. Now, I will say, and I didn't say this to his face, but I know he's listening. He said he was at the Chicago game too. So if something bad happens in Carolina Sunday, who are we blaming?
The Cowboys.
Okay.
The Cowboys.
All right.
I mean, look, I am a firm believer that you do whatever you do in your living room, or if you go to a game or don't go to a game or whatever. You're not to blame when the guys on the field don't do theirs.
Well, that's because you're the biggest jinx there is.
Yeah, but why don't I get credit for all the big wins that I've been to?
Well, I don't know. You were at the Green Bay game, but so was I.
Yeah.
So we got a tie.
Okay.
So I guess you were at the Giants game.
I was at the Giants game,
true.
And they got to win.
They got to win. So,
right.
Well, you know what they say about the squirrel that can't see.
Well, that's you.
Every now and then he finds an acorn. So
yeah, that's you.
I guess that was you.
Huh.
Every time I've been there, they've either won or tied. So last game I was at before that was against the Command Skins. The Cowboys handled them pretty well.
You go to one game a year.
Well, and they win. You know, Jerry Jones ought to be paying me to go to games if that's the case. I mean, he really should be.
I mean,
they were supposed to get whacked by Green Bay. Turns into a tie,
which is not win.
Yeah, but
you just said he should pay me to win games.
It's not a loss.
You know the difference between a win and a tie.
Do you know how happy Jerry was to tie that game? He was thrilled.
Not as thrilled as he would have been if they had won.
I mean,
you've got some flawed logic there, Ryan.
You think I'm an idiot?
I mean,
well, I've 1-0-1 then in the last 2 years?
Well, and look, there was a stretch of years where the Cowboys went 12-5, and I'd have to go back and look, but one of those years they didn't lose at home until the playoffs. Right? They had that good streak when I was there. I came home from most of those games pretty happy. You know, playoff games. Yeah, that record isn't very good.
No, it's not very good. You're not going to any playoff games this year, are you?
Well, it depends on the Cowboys.
I guess they have to make it to the playoffs first. That's true.
I didn't go to any playoff games last year.
Yeah.
This drought that people say we're in.
It is. Air quotes and everything. Boy, Philadelphia. Those fans have to be sick. I can only imagine what Philadelphia Sports Talk Radio is like today. I mean,
nasty.
You know how it normally is. But could you imagine, after the way the Philly season ended, the way the Eagles lost to the Giants last night, let alone that's hockey town. I'm sure they're getting some run about the Flyers starting off with a loss last night. Although Jerry Jones on 105.3 The Fan this morning kind of said he wasn't surprised that the Giants got that win.
This whole thing's designed for parity, and it's designed, frankly, every way it can be for everybody to be 50-50. And candidly, I really think you should go 50-50.
Leave Candy Lee out of it.
For your ability to get better than everybody else. So long-winded answer, doesn't surprise me at all. that a team can evolve. That New York Giant team that we played when we opened up this year, didn't open up, but played them, is not the same team that's playing right now, and it's but 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
So Jerry said, I'm glad that Jackson Dart feller wasn't playing when we played him.
Dude, he played. He got in 2 snaps. He got 2 snaps.
Oh, I forgot Russell Wilson looked like a Hall of Famer that game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, the word of the day from Jerry must have been evolve, because he talked about the Cowboys evolving to maybe winning the NFC East.
Well, I don't know that game created my answer, but in general, I have felt that our division is we're very capable of evolving into what we want to be as we hopefully get better against the Panthers. I hope we evolve into a team that can compete for the NFC East championship or the division winner.
Well, I mean, the way Philadelphia is sinking like a boulder right now, not playing well, I think if you're Washington or Dallas, for that matter, you got to be feeling pretty good about getting up there for that division lead.
Well, and again, it does feel like the division is open. It's up for the taking. We all know what the rules are. You're not allowed to have back-to-back NFC East champions.
You're not.
Yeah, it's in the rules. What are we going back to the Reagan administration?
It's been a long time.
Now, I don't think any of us thought Dallas would have a chance. If anybody was going to replace the Eagles as NFC's champions at the beginning of the year, it would be Washington. And with Jaden Daniels, they look like the team to beat in the NFC East. Without Jaden Daniels, they're not very good, right? Saying that, Jaden came back last week. He was healthy, but can he stay healthy all season long? You could say the same about Jackson Dart. And with the NFL having the ability to call down and say, hey, we need to pull and check on this guy, Brian Daboll can't do anything about it. Right? Brian Daboll was not at all happy that they buzzed down and said, hey, send him to the blue tent.
Yeah, no, he wasn't happy and went over there and tried to get him out of the blue tent. That's for sure. The Commanders, though, I think Terry McLaurin's going to be back this week, so they're only getting stronger. That's going to be a team to reckon with. That's for sure. But Jerry should be feeling pretty good about things. You know, other than the tie, and I know it was a tie, but it was a game that nobody gave the Cowboys a chance to win. Not anybody. And they come up with a tie. And where you're disappointed with that, it's still not a loss, and you're still right there. A game and a half back now of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, and again, that's the crazy thing. There are games where teams have no chance at winning, and they win.
Yep.
We saw it last night. Carolina a couple weeks ago playing Atlanta, even though it was home, no chance at winning. They won 30-0, right? I mean, sometimes it's hard to figure out what's going to happen in an NFL game, and that is, as Jerry just said, by design. Now, Cowboys, the thing that to me that was most impressive about the win over the Jets was the number of backups, non-starters that had to play in that game and played well. They are getting healthy. In fact, Jerry said this morning he does think Tyler Guyton will be available.
It's likely that he'll be in there, absent some setback here these next couple of days. And but some of the same players that played well, you will see out there because of the fact that we don't have everybody, and we'll need to dress out extra players. And you're allowed to dress out without counting on the roster count. You're allowed to dress out an extra offensive lineman. And that's something a lot of people aren't aware of. But you can be above your 53 dress out if he's an offensive lineman.
Interesting. And that's something, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know that. Did you know that?
No. Now, I don't think they can dress 53 anyway. I thought it was 46. You have the emergency quarterback. I guess you can have an extra offensive lineman. Maybe Jerry's just making up rules. I would like to think, though, little
Jerry
nuances.
Jones.
I mean, I'd like to think Jerry knows those kind of rules more than
authority in the world
to add an extra offensive lineman.
Do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
That was interesting to me. I didn't know that, so I did learn something today about that. Extra offensive line, and it makes sense. Look, I mean, if you lose a quarterback, you got to have a quarterback, right? So you have an emergency one. Offensive line's pretty important position, so you need an extra one. So that's good. I will contend, and we talked about this with Stephen Jones yesterday. I think if you're a Cowboy fan and you were worried about the depth on that offensive line, I think you need to worry anymore. I think the depth on that offensive line is pretty damn good. And as you get these starters back, you ought to feel pretty good. If another one goes down, you got somebody to back him up.
They do have a lot of depth there. And quite frankly, whatever Clayton Adams has done with those guys, he's an offensive line guru. The Cowboys' new non-play calling offensive coordinator. But even Dak Prescott said, I mean, the impact for what Clayton Adams has done is pretty impressive.
Yeah, huge. He's the OC for one, but I mean, just the way that he installs plays when he stands in front of the team, the confidence that he shows, that he portrays, he exudes, and just the professionalism, I guess, that he expects is contagious, and everybody feels it. And he's a hell of a dude. I mean, I feel like as much as anything, obviously the plays and all that he's installed are working. It's a little bit of his personality that this offense is taken from him and moving forward each and every game of just going to get it done at all costs, whatever it takes.
Yeah, I think Dak's pretty happy with the offensive situation right now, whether it's Schottenheimer calling plays or you just heard him just glowing over the so-called offensive coordinator there. But the one thing that was interesting to me that Dak Prescott said yesterday, they asked him if he was playing to his 40s.
40s would be a good number. Obviously, I've been through some injuries, played very physical in college. So if I can get to 40 playing in the standard that I want, that'd be awesome. But to answer your question, it's definitely changed. I can see it more realistically now. And I think as much as anything, just the fun and the peace that this game still gives me 10 years in is going to be hard. And I don't think, you can't supplement it. So as long as I can do this at a level that I'm proud and happy with, I'll keep trying.
And again, the way he is playing, and we've talked about this, quarterbacks are the one position in the NFL. Guys tend to get better as they get older. Mid-30s seems to be the new prime for high-level quarterbacks. And if you can make it to that level, you look at, what Aaron Rodgers is doing at his age. Even with a little bit of a decline, he's still better than most. And the protections that quarterbacks get. So you could easily see a guy late 30s, early 40s continuing to do this.
Yeah, but I wonder because it'd be silly to think he's going to play for the Cowboys into his 40s. I just don't think that's going to happen.
Well,
come on, it's not going to happen. Now, will he go the route of an Aaron Rodgers and go to the Jets and then end up in Pittsburgh and go here and go there? I'm not sure Dak is that guy.
I'm curious because Jerry loves Dak Prescott.
Sure.
And if Jerry is on this side of the dirt.
Well, that's a big question.
Again,
that's 8 years from now.
If Jerry is still on this side of the dirt, he was asked about Dak's comments about playing into the 40s.
The way Dak plays this game and the mental aspect of it and what he does before snap out there. I've heard over the years different coaches say, we just got to get Dak to do less. We've got to somehow make those calls before the snap. We've got to give him help in that area because we just got so much on his shoulders apart from actually getting the ball to the spot he wants to throw it, if it's a pass play. So, this is a long-winded conversation you can have here, but that's why we made the commitment candidly.
What does
Dak,
Candy Lee have to do with anything?
Career that we made him the highest paid player in the NFL. And I think he's the reason why we all have a chance to be optimistic about this season. And I think it can happen.
Candy Lee must be pretty shiny. My goodness.
He
brings her up all the time. Candy Lee.
Stop. You guys are so bad. And again, Jerry doesn't talk like this could be it for Dak. Now, I know what Steven will say right now, but once Steven is in charge and Jerry isn't, But I do know, because I mean, Stephen and Jerry are in lockstep on a lot of things, and that includes the leadership qualities that Dak Prescott possesses.
A lot of what makes Dak is what he does to the team, not just his play, not just his responsibility in the play, but it's what he's done to prepare the team, not only at his duties at quarterback, but what he's done to prepare the team, as well as provide a unique leadership. He's the best leader, frankly, that I think I've ever been around. That's probably enhanced by the fact he's the quarterback. And I thought Michael Irvin may be one of the best leaders I've ever seen. But the bottom line is that Dak does enjoy that status of quality, maybe the best, and yet does play quarterback. And so it doesn't surprise me that what I heard time and time again from coaches that have been here that are not here any longer is that Dak raises the level of everybody around him better than anybody they've ever seen.
Look, it's hard to disagree with that, and I've said it all along. While I criticize Dak, he's a hell of a leader. He's a hell of a teammate. Whether Dak plays for the Cowboys his entire career or not, if that is into the 40s, which I don't think Dak Prescott will do that, quite frankly. But having said that, it's going to be what he does in the postseason. I mean, look, we have this conversation, it seems, every year.
Yep.
Dak Prescott, look how well he's playing. Second in MVP voting, up for MVP this, up for MVP that. And then all of a sudden you get the first round of the playoffs and Dak Prescott looks like, I don't know, the old Mac Jones.
But the whole team does. And because he's got a star on his helmet, he gets pooped on more than other guys. Like, you go back, I mean, Romo took a whole lot of crap.
Yes, he did.
Right? Because the star. You look at other guys that have been incredible regular season quarterbacks that lack playoff success, like, say, a Phillip Rivers. They never got the criticism that Dak Prescott gets. You can look at guys that are playing right now. Justin Herbert, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, 0 playoff success. How often does that dude ever get criticized? Lamar Jackson probably gets about 10% of the heat that a Dak Prescott gets. Josh Allen has at least been to AFC championship games. He's been close, but he can't beat a Patrick Mahomes. It doesn't get near the criticism. If Josh Allen had the same playoff record as Dak Prescott, but Josh had a star in his helmet, we would be talking about Josh Allen the way Dak Prescott gets talked about nationally.
And I think that's fair, but I also think it's fair that Dak Prescott's the highest paid player in the NFL.
Yep.
So I don't really feel sorry for him if people criticize him more than anybody else.
I don't either. And you know what? He was getting criticized like that before he was the highest paid player in the NFL.
He was the highest paid player, if I recall, when he got his first contract.
And then he wasn't.
And then he wasn't.
Because somebody else topped it.
Well, then go play somewhere else if you don't like it.
Well, see, that's it.
That's it.
Dak
play
doesn't
somewhere
care.
else. He doesn't.
Dak can deal with it, and it comes with the paycheck.
But it's still going to be a part of his, I don't know, resume?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's going to be. And whether he likes it or not, the Cowboys are talked about more than any other team in the NFL. That's the way it is. That's the way Jerry wants it.
Part of the job.
So you're getting a hell of a paycheck, and you don't care. You go out and you try to win. Dak's doing what he's supposed to do right now. You got to get back to the playoffs to win in the playoffs. He's doing that. But he's got to succeed there, and that's the only way that the negative talk is going to stop. There's nothing else he can do. He can win MVP of the regular season. They get beat in the first round of the playoffs. He's a bust. It doesn't matter.
So it's about what you do in the playoffs.
That's exactly right, and that's the way it's going to be for one Dak Prescott. Guys, can I just give you a little piece of advice? From old Uncle Joe to you. Just because a girl is shiny doesn't make her a good girl. What? That's exactly right. And I've got a story, Jason, that we're going to talk about coming up about a very shiny girl who is not a good girl. We'll talk about it when we continue live from Hero Stadium. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding 410 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM, Floresville. and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Trust, price, and ease of transaction. That's our philosophy at GiveMeTheVin.com. We love to buy cars. Fat ones, skinny ones, curvy ones, fast ones, slow ones, round ones, and square ones. Yes, square body Chevys. We buy them at GiveMeTheVin.com. Go to GiveMeTheVin.com right now. Put yours in and get a quote. We'd love to buy it. GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
We love high school football and a team you can always count on. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quartermoon is here to tackle the toughest challenges, from plumbing mishaps to AC troubles, with the same dedication and passion that drives a winning touchdown. Our playbook is simple: fair prices, expert service, and a commitment to local families. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, your winning solution for a comfortable home. Proudly serving our community with local hospitality. From the penthouse to the outhouse to the schoolhouse, call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Twin Peaks hand-stretched flatbreads are coming in hot. Close out your night with a win. These favorite flatbreads are available during late night hours for a steal. Get to Twin Peaks and score one for just $9 from 10 to close, Sunday through Thursday.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Progressive's teen driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's teen driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, according to ESPN's Todd Archer, Jerry Jones will not appeal the $250,000 fine he received this week from the NFL for an obscene gesture made during the win against the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium. Well, Sunday, the Cowboys will be in Carolina looking to get over 500. They'll take on the Panthers. Kickoff is set for noon. By the way, it's a game you can catch on your home for Cowboys football, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star at 11 a.m.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On a football Friday, we are live out at Hero Stadium getting ready for Johnson to take on Reagan. The Stone Oak Super Bowl is what they call that. Ought to be a great game. Jason Minix will have your call at 7 o'clock right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix. And just a reminder, set an alarm, 4:35 this afternoon. R.C. Buford is going to join us here on the Blitz.
Absolutely. With the election coming up for Prop A and Prop B, just our quest to continue to get accurate information to you, the listener, you, the voter, to make your decision. That's what it's all about. And to get a guy like R.C. to come on, not easy, but
not at all. No.
I'm glad he's doing that.
Very happy that he's agreed to do that, and looking forward to talking to RC. Haven't talked to him in a while, so it'll be good to catch up with RC Buford. 4:35 right here on the Blitz.
Of course, at 3:35 in about 30 minutes from right now. Set your alarms as well, Aggie fans.
Yes, sir.
The voice of the Aggies. The velvety voice
of
one Andrew Monaco. As they play a really, really, really good Florida team.
Yeah, without DJ Lagway, it looks like. Doesn't look like he's going to play this week. Must have got dinged up against Texas again. He was out for a while, came back and played well against Texas, and then now he's out again.
Yeah.
So, well, that's just kind of the way that it goes. But he'll join us at 3:35 coming up. So just keep it right here. Keep it locked in. Yeah, there's no reason to go anywhere. It's Friday, and we appreciate y'all hanging out with us.
The Cowboys injury report just came out, and yikes. Tyler Booker out for Sunday. CeeDee Lamb out for Sunday. Jack Sanborn out for Sunday. Miles Sanders out for Sunday. Kavontae Turpin out for Sunday.
Wow.
Then a whole bunch of dudes with question marks. Good news, Tyler Guyton, no injury designation for the game on Sunday, so he'll be good to go.
Well, maybe the better news is James Houston, who is trying to take the spot vacated by one Micah Parsons. He's been limited all week, but he was a full participant today. So that's good news. Sam Williams also, and Donovan Wilson also full to go. So some questionable things, but some good news too.
Yeah, questionable. They're generally good to go, but my goodness, the questionable guys include Bland, Carson, Diggs, Nealand, Mingo, and Tyler Smith.
That may be the biggest of all of those guys, obviously. Tyler Smith, your best offensive lineman. So he's questionable. Hopefully he can go. That will certainly help the Dallas Cowboys.
Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
We have two stories here back to back. One, there is no doubt heaven's doors were waiting.
No question.
Other one, there are questions. Sister Jean,
man,
the no doubter, passes away at 106 years old.
I mean, that's a heck of a run.
Yep.
Which is great. I remember meeting her when she was here for the Final Four.
Yeah, Loyola. Took a picture with her.
So, nice lady.
Incredible lady. Incredible story. Incredible, just everything. And to make it to 106 is pretty incredible.
Well, I think Billy Joel was lying then. He said only the good die young.
In the rock and roll department. Maybe.
I'm just saying.
I know. On the opposite end of that spectrum, a headline that requires you to click on it.
Yes, it does.
Former penthouse pet accused of meeting wealthy older men on dating apps and then burglarizing their homes.
Yes. Obviously, when you say penthouse pet, you're thinking shiny.
Obviously.
So she was
Spicy and
stalking us older guys. And, when you're an older guy and you see something that looks like that, you're going, hubba, hubba. And then she'd get her hooks into you and steal all your money.
Well, I mean, sure. This happened in Los Angeles, and apparently enough men complained, which is, to me, the biggest surprise. It's one thing if you're older and you're rich and you're paying for it that way. You bring somebody back to your house and she steals from you, you probably don't say anything, right?
Probably not.
Except enough must have reported it, and some detective were like, I think we're onto something here. We got a serial stalker, and is apparently taking more than money. You're letting her in your house, and she's taking stuff.
Well, I'm looking at a picture of the. It's not a mugshot, but it's her picture, and then there's.
It's her penthouse picture.
Well, I was looking at that too, but this is another one.
Yes.
Where there's 3 cars that were stolen, allegedly. So she would steal cars and steal stuff out of their house. Now she claims, Jason, maybe we're judging too harshly here. She is the victim of a shadowy conspiracy.
Yeah.
That's what she's claiming.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I believe her.
Such a lovely girl.
I mean, yeah, she wouldn't take advantage of these old dudes.
I mean, a girl that's in Penthouse magazine. Well, come on. That's just like, sunshine, roses, good girl.
Yeah,
you want to take home to mama?
You read yes.
Was that her?
It might have been.
Yeah.
Might have been.
It could have been.
I mean, you just look at all of it. It's.
I am.
I didn't steal the car. I said, "Hey, Joe, can I borrow the Mercedes?" And sure, the keys are right there.
The fact that I didn't bring it back for 2 weeks. Not that we overlooked that. So
I mean, he had 18 other cars. I didn't think he'd miss this one.
As the credible journalists that we are, we will keep you posted on what happens with the penthouse pet.
You're going to follow up?
Yes, I think I should. I think I have the duty to the people to do that.
You set the alerts to get any updates. Look, technology is a crazy thing. I have a friend of mine, and you know him as well, DJ Automatic.
Uh-huh.
He is the official DJ of the Phoenix Suns. They're playing over in Tokyo for some exhibition games. I think that's where they are. And he's been posting on his social media stuff going on, and the other day he posted a video, and they have like these just robots that look like people just walking around the arena. I'm not sure really what the purpose of them. It just looked weird. And then there was another one where they were like robot servers, but not like the robots here that, like there's a restaurant in Stone Oak where a robot will bring your tray of food.
Uh-huh.
These look like people. Moved like people, but dressed like you were watching some weird movie, right? Now, you can get a robot for around $20,000 that will do your dishes, serve your hors d'oeuvres, even do your laundry.
Now that sounds good, doesn't it? I mean, why not? You could probably get a wife to do that too. I'm just saying.
It would cost you more than $20,000.
It might, but this. I mean, I don't remember the name of the movie.
Really iRobot. Get a wife to do your laundry.
Well, you did. iRobot. Remember that movie with Will Smith?
Yeah.
Well, that robot kind of looks like that. Now, I'm just wondering, what do you do with this robot when you go to bed? You imagine getting up in the middle of the night, you got to go pee, you want to go get a glass of water, and that damn thing's standing there in the kitchen?
Well, the robot better be bringing the water to you in bed.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know if I want him to do that.
Well, I'm sure you could put him in the corner and go.
Do
you guys have a Roomba at your house?
Have a what?
A Roomba?
No, we don't. We don't have a Roomba.
It's like our new pet. Now that we're dogless, the Roomba goes during the day when we're not. The Roomba should be going on now because it's set to go during the show, which, when we were doing the show at home, it was kind of weird. So it would go early in the morning. And then sometimes Roomba doesn't make it back to the dock. So every day Joanna comes home and she's got to find Roomba. Where's Roomba hiding? While it's vacuuming the house. I mean, we already have robots doing stuff.
Yeah, but that's not a creepy looking human thing. I mean, that's a robot. We've got Alexa too. I mean, right? I mean, she's kind of like a robot in a way that you can talk to and have conversations with and all of that. But I'm saying, having a robot standing there at the sink doing your dishes or washing your clothes.
Is that better than you doing the dishes? The answer is yes.
Well, it is.
For $20,000.
Well, I don't know if I want to pay $20,000.
Well, I know you don't. But I'm saying that's not bad.
Well, I
don't know what good is, but
well, I'm going to wait for. You remember when iPhones or cellular phones were expensive as hell?
Yeah.
Well, maybe robots will come down like that.
Have you seen the cost of the new iPhone? They're expensive.
Well, when it used to cost like $5 a minute to talk, you remember that?
No. But I'm saying though, if you buy a robot, now I want to know what the warranty is on this. I'm thinking way too much about this off the top of my head with zero research, but. Because I'm wondering if this robot can do the dishes and laundry, can I teach it how to cut grass? So now you're thinking, all right, what else can I get this robot to do for $20,000? And over what period of years is it going to last? And how much am I spending right now? Now, we don't have a cleaning lady, but say you have a yard guy, you have a cleaning lady, and you don't have to do laundry or dishes every day. Over the course of a year, $20,000 up front seems like a lot, but that actually might work out math-wise in your favor.
Well, it could. It's going to take a while to get that ROI, wouldn't it? I mean,
that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a yard dude, I mean, that's not expensive.
Well,
I've seen your yard. It's not big. My yard's not big.
I've got a yard guy. Right. I don't have we don't have a cleaning lady.
Well, see, I've got that. And,
yeah.
But I mean,
of course you do.
Well, hey,
We used to.
Yeah. What happened? She steal your car?
No. COVID happened, and I was at home, and quite frankly, our dogs died, and it's two of us living there. We're empty nesters.
Well, that's it.
You don't need it.
Well,
I mean, I know you're in the same boat, and you still have one.
Well,
but,
it's the same.
Finding one that my wife likes.
It's kind of nice.
Probably more of the challenge.
It's kind of nice when she's there. I'll hook you up. I'm sure I'd get a referral fee. But I'm just saying, it's kind of nice to come home and man, the house it's
clean.
It smells good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do that anyway.
You do?
Yeah, but I don't clean it.
Well, I know you don't.
I mean, but I'm just saying, my wife could. If she wanted one, we would have one.
Well, okay. Well, you should get one. And again, let me know. I'll hook you up.
If my wife wanted one, we would have one.
I'll call Joanna later.
Would you?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let her know.
Yeah, tell her I was complaining that the house is too dirty.
Dirty and it's never clean. There's junk all over the place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll go over good.
Yeah.
Oh, you like Dan Orlovsky?
Yeah.
I like Dan Orlovsky. He says Arch Manning's going to be a number 1 pick.
He does.
That's what he said.
He will be.
He's playing against Oklahoma tomorrow in the Red River rivalry. Can we call it the Red River Shootout?
Sure, you can call it what you
seriously,
want.
it's like
you can call it what you want.
How ridiculous is it that we got to change because of shootout? Oh, somebody might get offended.
I mean, but the official name is. But sure, go ahead, Jim. Call it whatever you want.
Red River Shootout tomorrow, Texas and Oklahoma. We're talking about that. And Arch Manning, is he a number 1 draft pick? We're talking about it. We continue live from Hero Stadium. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And a great place to go watch the game tomorrow. Texas OU, the Roop up there at 281 in Redland Road. You'll have your table. Stick around and watch the Aggie-Florida game because any big game, any big event, no better place to go watch than the Roop Hub at 281 and Redland Road with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. And when you go to the Roop Hub, go hungry. The food, incredible. They've got the biggest and best wings in town. I love their fried shrimp. About 15 different burgers on the menu, including the original Wemby burger. They got the great bison burger. The food is great, man. Great hot dogs, great chicken sandwiches, appetizers, salads, I'm told. And that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
Imagine owning coastal land with ocean views and world-class fishing just off Matagorda Bay. Well, dream no more. This Saturday, October 11th, mark your calendars for our fall one-day coastal land sale at Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point. We're unveiling incredible coastal properties. We're talking 1+ acres with ocean access for just $49.9 and waterfront properties starting at just $99.9. Wow! This gated community boasts a waterfront resort-style pool and cabana, your own boat slip and launch with paved roads and underground utilities. It's all happening this Saturday, October 11th. Unbeatable values. 1+ acre with ocean access, just $49.9. Texas coastal waterfront properties from $99.9. Call now for your private tour at 210-853-0389. Excellent financing is available. Call 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389.
George gets justice. You've heard the national lawyer ads. Same story, different name. But when you've been through something traumatic in San Antonio, you need a local team who fights for real results. That's why so many get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. George is from here, listens to people, and fights to help them get their maximum compensation. Call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Legendary doesn't happen by chance. It happens because it's what BetMGM does. Sign up for BetMGM and check out all the exciting new ways you can make this pro football season unforgettable. Shoot your shot with same-game parlays, call your plays like a pro with live betting, or bet on a market you didn't know existed thanks to BetMGM Originals. You'll be on the edge of your seat from the very first snap, no matter what type of fan you are. Earn BetMGM rewards points on every bet. Take advantage of football offers found nowhere else, like a second chance on a first touchdown bet, and keep an eye out for rewards dropping in your account throughout the season. Never settle for the ordinary. Sign up today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. Specific promotional offers are not available in Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Have you had time to listen to the new Taylor Swift album? What's your favorite track so far?
Didn't even know she's got a new record out. When did this break? Do you guys have a favorite track?
The title track is my favorite so far.
It's got a good hook.
It's good. And Honey is pretty good also.
I'll report back next week.
All right. Yeah. All right. You might be Team Swifty with us next week. You never know.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
The Aggies play here. This is Andrew Monaco, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Andrew Monaco, voice of the Aggies. He's going to join us coming up here in about 10 minutes or so right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinigle. He's Jason Minix, and we're live at Hero Stadium. Johnson taking on Reagan. That is our high school football game of the week here on 94.1. Minix will have your call beginning at 7 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, it should be a hell of a game. Johnson ranked number 1 in the city. Stone Oak Super Bowl is always a lot of fun. Again, 7 o'clock pregame kick at 7:30 for the Quarter Moon Plumbing High School Game of the Week, energized by Hill Electric.
Absolutely. So, Arch Manning, he's gotten a lot of heat.
Sure.
He really has. He's not playing well. I think admittedly so. Most people say that. There's a lot of other issues with that Texas team besides Arch Manning. However, he is the quarterback, and they're the ones that get all the credit, and they get all the blame. And so he's getting a lot of blame. Dan Orlovsky, who was an average quarterback in the NFL, he wasn't great. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm not being mean to the guy, but he was okay.
Although I'm going to tell you a quick Dan Orlovsky
Tell me
story.
a quick story.
Dan Orlovsky, when he was with the Houston Texans,
right? We're
doing our show down there, and back in those days when we would cover the Texans, when they invited us, and we were doing our show, and we would do the show during practice inside the practice bubble. And the first time we were set up there, we were in the end zone, and it's when I was doing the show with Chris,
right?
And we were talking about Orlovsky running out of the back of the end zone and probably not saying nice things about him. And this dude from about the 15-yard line threw a pass that went right between Chris and I's head, right? You know, because you're sitting there and then he made some snide comment about accuracy, and you realize just how talented those guys are. Even if that ball would have hit one of us in the head, we might not be here.
No, you probably wouldn't be here.
But it was.
If he wanted to hit you in the head, if he wanted to,
he could have.
He was going to do that.
And
sending a message.
And then they moved us over to the sidelines.
Absolutely. We've. I'm doing this, but it comes from Calvin Watkins. Pledge, we got some breaking news here, brother. Apparently, Stephen Jones on the radio today, according to Calvin Watkins, announced that running back Miles Sanders is done for the season.
Yep.
With a knee injury. So we just told you about the injury report. He was out this week, but Stephen Jones, according to Calvin Watkins, says he is done for the year with a knee injury.
You know, it'll be interesting to see what that injury is. And quite frankly, it doesn't matter. It's Javonte Blue is going to have to step up. Now you wonder, you still have Malik Davis on the practice squad, but some of the rumors about different guys that could be on the trade block, if the Cowboys do feel like this team has a chance, how will they respond to this? Now they've got a couple of weeks. Javonte Williams has proven to be the bell cow running back.
Yep.
And he'll continue to do that. And I don't know if we'll see this adjustment for this week's game because the game plan is in place. But if I'm Schottenheimer, or if I'm Jerry or Steven, I'm requiring Schottenheimer to get Jaden Blue some more touches to see if he is that guy, more so than just spot duty. And you go back to, you think about when they knew they weren't going to bring back and pay Tony Pollard, all of a sudden we started seeing Rico get a lot more touches.
Right.
And they knew, all right, we're not going to invest in running back, but we know Rico can handle it, so we're not going to pay Tony Pollard. They've got to get Jaden Blue more involved to know what they have in case something happens to Javonte Williams.
Well, are we ever going to see Phil Maffa? I mean, what happened to the guy? He's like MIA. I know he's got some sort of an injury, but nobody ever talks about that guy ever again. Remember, he was a draft pick of the Cowboys this year, and they were feeling pretty good about him, but you don't hear about him anymore.
Well, and quite frankly, I'd forgotten about Phil Maffa.
Of course, everybody.
And to your point, another one that they, whether practice squad or whatever the case is, but just trying to figure out what the Cowboys can do in this situation. Miles Sanders, which sucks for him because he's a good dude. But Jaden Blue is got to be able to step up and do more. I thought had a good first game last week, not running the ball. He had at least one, if not two, really good blitz pickups in pass protection. And that's the one thing about playing running back, especially at the NFL level. If you can't block, you can't be on the field. And Jaden Blue had a couple of really nice blocks to keep Dak upright and be able to deliver in that passing game. If he can continue to improve there, because we know what he did at Texas.
Sure.
That's fine. Right. I know he can run. I know he can catch passes. Can he pass protect? And now that it's his, maybe that changes his attitude some too.
Well, it very well could, but Phil Maffa is on the IR still with a shoulder injury. He's been there for a month. So what we need to, when we talk to Stephen Jones next Thursday, and we'll ask him about old Phil Maffa if the Cowboys don't do something before that. It's going to be interesting to see. But Miles Sanders is out for the season with a knee injury. That was the breaking news that we just had a few minutes ago. We're at Hero Stadium. Johnson and Reagan about to do battle here tonight, 7 o'clock here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The Aggies do battle with the Florida Gators tomorrow. Let's talk about that with the voice of the Aggies, one Andrew Monaco. He joins us next here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, with football season in full swing, no better place to make all your to get in all the action, make all your picks and win money than at Underdog playing the Pick'em game. Whether you're looking at Texas OU tomorrow, the A&M Florida game, all your college football, the NFL on Sunday, the fights. It's so much fun to play. Baseball playoffs, NBA preseason. Making picks is easy. You just go higher or lower on predicted stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. Get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. I often tell you about when I win. Yesterday I said Saquon against his former team, he'll get in the end zone. He didn't. That was the one that kept my entry from turning completely green. Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown, that one was there. Cam Scatterboo's touches, that one was there. Saquon didn't score against his former team. I'll try again tomorrow. I'm still way up on the season. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, promo code STAR. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down! It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right. Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Coverage varies by plan, view contracts, and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-461-9096. 800-461-9096. 800-461-9096.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidda Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidda helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. #1 claim based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidda 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition product.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday evening at 6. The Aggies take on the Florida Gators. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
That's good music. Huh? Finally, Pledge playing some decent music. That away, Pledge. Good job. A little Van Halen going there. That's awesome. Hey, this is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We're live at Hero Stadium. We're getting ready for Johnson to take on Reagan, the Stone Oak Super Bowl tonight. Minix will have your call at 7 o'clock. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix.
So many big games this weekend. Of course, Johnson Reagan tonight's big. Texas OU, and then tomorrow night, Florida, Texas A&M, Kyle Field. Game you can listen to here on 94.1 with the voice of the Aggies, Andrew Monaco, who's joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Howdy, Andrew.
Howdy. Howdy, guys. How are you?
Howdy. We're good. You got to be doing good. Those Aggies are playing some good football.
They're playing some good football. Another SEC test coming up tomorrow against Florida. Yeah, but they are. And I like the way, Joe, they've been getting better week after week. And that's a good thing. And I think, we've talked about some other teams playing with confidence. Let's make that a 180. How about this A&M team? I think they're playing with some confidence now after this 5-0 starts.
Well, and again, 5-0, where you guys are ranked in the various polls, everything is extremely well. You go back to last week's game and how well they finished that game against Mississippi State. And I was watching that game and having a beer with a buddy of mine, and he looked at me and said, when Marcel can learn how to play all 4 quarters, man, this team is going to be really, really, really good.
Yeah, the anxiousness is what Mike Elko talked about on Monday when he met with the media. Man, I think that anxiousness is being hyped up and playing under control. And going into this Saturday against Florida, his first start was last year in Gainesville, and he played really well. And the difference was he wasn't told until just before that game. He and Connor Wigman had both warmed up in that one, and it was Marcel who got that start. Now, completely different role. He is the guy. And, JC, you make a good point. It has to be there for 60 minutes. And that's what, it's funny. We all like to use that phrase, QB1. But what comes with all of that is, he's got to be efficient all the time out there. He can't leave plays out there. And I think that's what he's learning. Now, it helps to be able to hand it off to Reuben Owens for 142 yards. And it helps to have a running game near 300 yards for 2 consecutive weeks. But yeah, I think you're right. I think that's all part of the maturing process of Marcel Reed. And when he is on, and you saw that offense humming and was very efficient in the second half, that was the second message that Mike Elko said, that it's a 60-minute game. When you play the SEC, it's 4 quarters. Very rarely is a game decided at halftime. And I thought A&M wore down Mississippi State. By the end of that game, they won the lines of scrimmage where it was very much in doubt in the first half, but they stayed with it. They trusted it, and they got the result they wanted by the work that they did during those 4 quarters.
Well, Andrew, I was impressed because that's not a bad Mississippi State football team. It's a good football team, and the Aggies just, you're right, they hung with it, and they got it done. I want to ask you this because I saw a report earlier in the week that gave some doubt to DJ Lagway. As I look here, it looks like he's going to be able to go this Saturday against Texas A&M. What are you hearing about the Florida quarterback?
Yeah, Billy Napier talked about it on Monday that he was battling through. He said lower body. I believe it's the leg of DJ Lagway. And he was in a walking boot after their game against Miami. I don't know exactly what it is, but this he's good, man. And I know the Aggies were on him out of Willis High School, and ultimately he chooses Florida, and you can just do so much. And I kind of didn't like the way I didn't like the way it was handled last year. I thought Billy Napier was too much of a slave to alternating quarterbacks in our game. But as you saw that team towards the end of that season, you could see that Lagway, after Mertz had the concussion and he was out, you could see him grow. And I think very similar to the situation of Marcel Reed. Joe, I don't know what it is exactly that he is battling through, but I do know there's been a walking boot, and I wonder how this week has been, again, as Billy Napier admitted that he was playing through that leg injury in the win over Texas.
Now, obviously, if he can't play or is limited, that changes things. But let's approach from a fully functional DJ Lagway. The way that they manhandled Texas up front. Now, Arch takes all kinds of heat, as every quarterback is, but that offensive line wasn't good against Florida. But more importantly, that defense was just shredded by DJ Lagway. So I would imagine whatever A&M might be thinking, they just saw what they did to Texas, which is obviously showing they're not as good as the preseason hype, but you're not taking anybody lightly in the SEC, let alone this Florida team coming in.
No, because what has happened is week after week, you're getting a step up in competition the way this schedule is. And yeah, you looked at that. This Florida defense has kept them in games. It's the offense that hasn't been consistent enough. And Billy Napier said something earlier in this week. He thought they had a chance to put Texas away and didn't. And it's sometimes those plays that they leave out on the field that has come back and haunted them. Now, if they start making all those plays, that becomes even tougher. But this Florida team, Mike Elko is making us laugh because Dave Elmendorf, Will Johnson, and I get to meet with him after practices on Thursdays, and he was watching that LSU game because everybody was saying, wow, the attention getter. He goes, look, we're not just looking at the Texas game. We're looking at all the games that they played. That was quite the defenses that were in when they had to go to LSU in that game. He loves LSU's defense. He really likes Florida's, and I think they might thump a little bit more than Auburn did a couple of weeks ago. I think the Aggie offensive line is going to be the key, right? Because Florida took full advantage of Texas's offensive line, which isn't good. Jason, you make a great point. Is it all Arch's fault? No, probably not. When you just don't have the time. He's got open receivers, but he doesn't have the time to get there. So this offensive line has to give Marcel time, and I think they're going to have to run also. But the attention getter is Dallas Wilson for Florida, is it not? The true freshman playing his first game, and he goes for 111 yards on 6 catches and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, that's when you know they've got young receivers, but they've got athletic receivers. So can you keep DJ Lagway off schedule? Can you rush him? And back to the defensive line, Florida's going to have to be concerned about Cassius Howe, who got another 3 sacks. That, again, broken record time, but it's these lines of scrimmage. And Florida won the line of scrimmage last week against Texas. A&M won the line of scrimmage against Mississippi State. Now they go up against one another tomorrow. And I think it's really one of the key things that will either allow their offenses to roll, or it's going to put a hamper on those offenses, and that maybe the defenses will dictate the outcome.
You know, Andrew, it's kind of a broken record. It really is. But we talk about the Aggies or Texas or anybody that's in the SEC and any game that's coming up. You mentioned some talented wide receivers that are young and some talented players that are young. But that's just every week in the SEC, isn't it? I'm sure that Mike Elko pushes that theme week in and week out.
Yeah. You can't compete if you don't have that kind of talent. And I think it's up and down throughout the entire SEC. Look, you just saw 2 weeks ago Cam Coleman and Eric Singleton for Auburn. Now, Lagway, I think, is better than Jackson Arnold, and I think he's got a better offensive line because 4 of the 5 on that offensive line have come back. That's been a little bit of a problem for Auburn, and I think even though Arnold is a little more experienced, I think Lagway's a different quarterback and can get it to his guys. They also have Jaden Ball, who's a heck of a running back as well, you know, that SEC talent. And Joe, you have to have it if you're going to compete. And I don't think there is a time once you get into the conference schedule of ever relaxing. I don't think you can just exhale and say, oh, well, those 2 games were, those 2 SEC wins were good. We're good now. We don't have to prepare. You're going to absolutely get caught, get bit. And for A&M, they've handled success well. The key was after Notre Dame, how do you handle it? They had the bye week, and they get the win over Auburn. Not perfect. Did what they had to do. Mississippi State, again, not 60 minutes, but they played well enough. Florida now gets that test. How do they handle the success of all week, everybody telling them how great they are? We talked about this before Notre Dame. You knew there was an edge to the Irish when everybody said you guys are terrible after going to Miami. Guess what? Miami's pretty good, and Notre Dame has bounced back. They're pretty good too. But how do you handle the success now? If everybody pat you on the back, or do you accept that Texas is going to be our signature win if you're Florida, or do you duplicate what you did last year when Billy Napier was on the hot seat again last year, and they ended up really playing well towards the end of that season? I think it's going to be the latter. I really do. And especially if they can shut out the outside noise, especially there in Gainesville. They have a tendency to, some of their big money people have a tendency to make some of that noise. But unless Billy's absolutely lost that team, and I thought last Saturday showed that he hasn't lost that team at all.
I don't know a guy that knows he's on the hot seat's able to get the best out of his team at the right moment than Billy Napier. He does it seemingly year in and year out. The voice of the Aggies, Andrew Monaco, here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Again, Florida tomorrow night at home. And just this weird schedule, 3 straight at home, then you've got 3 straight on the road. Obviously, in the SEC gauntlet, it's hard to go undefeated. That makes protecting home field even more important, knowing that if I'm looking at this schedule correctly, you guys don't play again at Kyle Field until South Carolina comes rolling in, correct?
Yeah, on the 15th of November, and this will be the last night game at Kyle Field. South Carolina is scheduled for the afternoon. Samford is scheduled for 11 o'clock, and Mike Elko has told his seniors that specifically it's the last time you get to play here at home under the lights at Kyle Field. Make it special. And again, there's only so many. And again, this is now where the seniors and the grads, they start understanding there's only so many of these left. And you have to take advantage of this schedule the way it is. It wasn't that long ago that we had a schedule very similar to this that was very road heavy. I would say it was like 6 weeks, including a bye on the road. And again, because of the schedule the last 2 years, I don't think it's going to be this way in the future. But look, we were told by the conference it wasn't going to be that way again, and it's very similar. But you have to take full advantage of doing this. The crowds at Kyle have been unbelievable the last 2 games. Keep setting records. 2 weeks in a row, you have the 5th largest at Kyle Field. Can't take it for granted. You have to go out and understand who you're playing for besides your teammates, the 12th man, and understand there's precious few for those upperclassmen here. So, there's the challenge, but also Mike says, now that number is 5 next to their name in the polls, you've earned this. You want to put yourself in the position to play in games like this with that number 5 ranking. I don't think they've been great with it in the past. Is that another lesson that they learned from the past, that now they are everybody's target? It's one thing to be an underdog. It's another thing to be in this role. And so far, they've navigated it through the first 2 weeks of the SEC season.
Well, let's face it, Andrew. Normally when you're talking about SEC football, the Aggies are mentioned, but they're always down the list a little bit to the Alabamas, the Georgias, those kinds of teams. I heard Joel Klatt earlier this week say he thought right now that Texas A&M is the best team in the SEC.
That's interesting. And the reason why you talk about the Alabamas and the Georgias, and this is no shot at Texas A&M, is they've done it consistently. They've had some stumbles, I get it, but overall, they're in Atlanta in December, and that's where this team wants to go. But you have to learn what you need to do to get there, and then you have to do those things. And it's funny because, all 16 teams in the SEC, that's the goal. And I know fans kind of, I don't want to say laugh at it, but it's like, oh, yeah, that's everybody's goal. Yeah, but if you want to get to the college football playoff, that's got to be one of your goals. And then you guarantee that you're going to be one of those 12 teams. How do you get there? What do you have to do? What does it take to get there? And Mike said after the game on Saturday, he said, look, 90% of that game, I loved what I saw 90%. It's the 10% you got away with this week. That may not happen in the future, so don't keep making those mistakes, or don't leave those plays out on the field. Make sure you shorten that number. There's always going to be some. And no one's going to play the perfect game. Sure. But can you make it from 90 to 95%? Something like that. And can you take advantage of the other teams when it comes to turnovers? But for Joel Klatt to say that, an outsider looking in, he's seeing something. Again, I think it's a lot of the experience, and the guys who have come back are coming back at the level you thought they were going to. This offensive line, Le'Veon Moss, Torian York at linebacker, the secondary, Cassius Howe is an impact player on that defensive line. And I think they elevate their teammates. We're also seeing a little bit of the depth for this team. It's one thing to just put somebody out there. It's another thing to put someone out there as talented as Damian Sanford, where you haven't missed Scooby Williams at linebacker the last 2.5 games, if you will. That's important, and I think that leads to a team's confidence also.
Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies here on the Blitz. You think about Florida coming in, protecting that home field. early quick start offensively, and with those receivers, and man, you got some really good route runners at receiver. Is your concern level more about a good quick start offensively from Marcel Reed in the offense, or are you more concerned about what the defense is going to face, seeing the speed that Florida has, and if DJ Lagway is fully healthy, what he's capable of doing?
Yeah, I'd like to see the offense get off to that fast start and a focused start. I'll add both of those to that. And Mississippi State last week was able to have their long drive because they were playing their tempo. What I really liked was then how the Aggies adjusted. And really, there was only one other drive, and it was after the Aggies were up 28-3 that Mississippi State could get into that tempo. And the Bulldogs showed you exactly what they can do. I think it was 4 plays, 80-something yards. They made it look really, really easy. But I love the adjustments that they were able to make in that one. But yeah, I'd like to see the offense come out fast, very good start, and then keep being efficient with each of their drives and not have that drive stall as has happened in the past, and complete the drives. Like Mike actually liked, again, 90% of the drive until you had one was an interception, but they got the interception right back against Mississippi State. But on the drive prior to that, they couldn't bang it in from 4th and 1. And they got no points out of those 2 drives. Again, here's the 90%. The 10% is, look, you got to get in at 4th and 1. That's still a question that's unanswered. They haven't been able to do that. And then the pick by Marcel, only to have Damian Sanford get the interception right back. But again, can you complete those? I thought on that first drive, honestly, by Mississippi State, their scoring drive, ironically, it was their penalty on the false start. That if they get 7 instead of 3 there, I'm interested how the momentum is. They actually changed. They brought in their second quarterback, and they got the false start penalty and settled for the field goal instead of the touchdown. Sometimes those plays, it's just that momentum. You guys know it's hard to get momentum. It's hard to get it back when you don't have it. And momentum can be so fickle, I think, especially in the college game.
No, there's no question about it. Well, this is what you do, Andrew. For games like this tomorrow night at Kyle Field, Florida, Texas A&M, it's going to be a lot of fun, my friend. We're looking forward to hearing your call.
I appreciate it, you guys. Should be a blast tomorrow night.
Appreciate it. Andrew Monaco, voice of the Aggies. Always appreciate it. Joining us here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. Pregame at 6, kick at 7 tomorrow. Here on 94.1, brought to you by Just Pots.
It's going to be a lot of fun. If you can't catch it on TV, obviously we've got it for you right here. And then there's no better guy to listen to than Andrew Monaco call the game. That is for sure. I tell you what, we are live at Hero Stadium. Johnson and Reagan, pretty good guy calling that game here tonight. His name is Jason Minix. Maybe not the velvety voice of Jason Minix, but he's got a voice, and he's a pretty good voice.
It ain't velvety.
High school football. So that gets you started at 7 o'clock. Right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And before we go away, I want to tell you about the Golf Club of Texas. Not sure if you're playing golf tomorrow, Sunday, Monday. Doesn't matter what day you want to play golf at the Golf Club of Texas because they're open 7 days a week. You got to love that about them. If you get a day off on a Wednesday and you feel like going out and playing golf, and right now while the weather is fantastic, I know it's still a little bit hot and all of that stuff, but it is golf weather right now. So make sure you get out there and take advantage of what Mother Nature is giving us right now. The Golf Club of Texas, if you haven't been out there lately, I'm telling you, you have not been out there. The improvements they have made to that golf course, the money they have put into that golf course, all to make it a much better experience for you. Whether you're a good golfer or not, it doesn't matter. It's just a great day when you're out at the Golf Club of Texas. And look, you got to go out there and grab some food at the Tin Cup Bar and Grill. The food out there is fantastic. The burgers, they've got a full menu of all kinds of stuff that you can have. Even if you're not playing golf, you want to take your family out there to enjoy a nice dinner. The Golf Club of Texas is the place to go. And I tell you what, it's not going to break the bank to take your entire family out there and enjoy the great food that they have. Any kind of cocktail that you want, they can make it out there. They've got all kinds of beer choices as well. It is just a great place place to spend a day, a night, whatever you want to do. Get out to the Golf Club of Texas. You know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether that's for dinner at the 10 Cup around with your buddies, maybe you want to have your next tournament out there. Go check them out. Best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Riding home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Bourbon and Brews is back, baby, and we're honoring the pursuit of brews and barrel-aged bourbon every single Friday. You need to head to Twin Peaks from 5 to 7 to experience a lingerie costume party paired with exceptional bourbons, tastings, and giveaways. That's only at Twin Peaks. Cheers!
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovation, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first and buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
If you get your drinking water from a pitcher filter or a refrigerator that has a filter, you need to listen up. These types of filters can't remove the majority of microscopic contaminants that can be in your drinking water. The reason being, the filter holes in these cheap filters are so large, microscopic contaminants slide right through without being removed. To put it in comparison, imagine contaminants that are the size of rats and roaches, and the holes in the filter are the size of a hula hoop. The rats and roaches are doing cannonballs through the hula hoop right into your glass of drinking water. So how do you get rid of them? Connecticut Quality Water Systems of San Antonio and the Hill Country. It all starts with a free water analysis. So call Connecticut at 656-PURE or online at ConnecticutSA.com. Connecticut, change your water, it'll change your life.
Proud sponsor of Dallas Cowboys football on San Antonio Sports Star.
The last water softener you'll ever own. ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, it is the breaking news this afternoon. Cowboys COO Stephen Jones announced today that running back Miles Sanders is out for the season. He needs surgery on his knee, and he is done for the year. We've got some great college football tomorrow. The Red River rivalry. Texas looks to get back and right the ship against 6th-ranked Oklahoma in the Cotton Bowl in Dallas tomorrow afternoon, 2:30 on ABC. The Aggies take on the Florida Gators. UTSA welcomes in Rice.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On a great Friday afternoon, a football Friday afternoon. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We're live at Hero Stadium getting ready for the Johnson Jaguars and the Reagan Rattlers to do battle here tonight. And you can catch it all right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Jason Minix will have your call. He is Jason Minix. I'm Joe Reinagel. And boy, what a day. Don't forget, coming up at the bottom of the hour, R.C. Buford, the CEO of Spurs Sports and Entertainment, will join us here on the Blitz to talk about Prop A and B that is on the ballot in November.
And if you've got questions for RC that you would like us to ask, I'm not guaranteeing we will, but if you've got any questions that you want to know, drop them in the comment section there at the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. You can also tweet them at Joe Reinagel 210. Tweet to me at Jason Minix. You know, it's 4:04 and OU still sucks.
That's true.
Big game tomorrow up at the Cotton Bowl. And it's interesting because last year I actually went to this game for the first time and got one off my bucket list. It was first year in the SEC, 2:30 game with high school football. I could never get there at 11 a.m., right? And quite frankly, you want to go and tailgate and State Fair and all that. I'd never gone to the game before. I went last year. It's incredible.
It's incredible.
And the game was ugly, right? Texas just kicked their ass.
Yeah.
This year, it almost feels the opposite. It could be ugly. And a lot of people think OU, especially if John Mateer plays, are just going to crush Texas. And Arch gets all the Arch has not lived up to expectation.
No, he hasn't.
But like we talked about earlier this week with Bob Ballou, the offensive line with 4 new starters, they haven't been good. And the defense against Florida was probably the bigger disappointment than one Arch Manning.
Without a doubt. I mean, my goodness, the defense was supposed to be the strength of this team anyway, coming into this season. And they gave us a hell of a glimpse when they played Ohio State in that ballgame. They looked fantastic. And then 3 cupcakes, and it's hard. Well, 2 cupcakes and a great UTSA team. No, they didn't play UTSA.
Yeah, they didn't play UTSA.
Never mind. Forget about that.
You're trying to be nice to UTSA.
I was.
You know,
that was Texas A&M.
Jeff Traylor, and he'd give those boys a soft bed. Come on.
All right.
They played 3 cupcakes.
All right, 3 cupcakes. That's for sure. So you can't really tell. And then they play Florida in the swamp, and the defense looks terrible. So I don't know what's going on. They're going to have to play a lot better because whether Mateer plays or not, Jason, that Oklahoma defense is pretty good.
They are, and it's weird when you look at the line because it just feels like OU is going to win this game no matter what. But it is Texas, it is OU, and there have been some ugly games in this series both ways, right? I part of me feels like this could be a close game. And part of me, and maybe that's just my Longhorn showing. To be honest, I have kind of a good feeling about it, and I think partly it's because it just feels like everything that has gone wrong for Texas this year. This week, if Sark can't figure out how to get his team motivated, then I do think you start looking at Sark. Not that he would be on the hot seat or anything like that, but this roster, at least on paper, is a hell of a roster. Why aren't they playing better? And I get you went to Ohio State. Now, his dumbass comment about, how many people go to Ohio State?
Yeah, that was.
Dude, that's like the Big Ten coaches blaming travel.
Yeah.
Stop. But when you play in Ohio State and you played them well and you lost, cool. Then you had those 3 cupcakes where you knew you were going to show up and win. One of those games was a little bit more of a challenge than you thought.
UTEP.
But you felt good about yourself, and that whole "we are Texas" ego, I think, walked into Florida. Hopefully Sark's got that in check this week, and they go out and they just play football in a big rivalry game. At the same time, if you're OU, aren't you guarding against, man, Texas, they aren't very good. This is going to be an easy win. That's part of what makes this game so fun.
Well, there's no doubt. And look, Texas has heard it too, and they can't be looking at themselves in the mirror and saying, man, you know, we were ranked number 1 in the country to start this season, and we certainly have not lived up to that. Now we're not even in the top 25. Look, this game, though, regardless, is a rivalry. These two teams hate each other. The fan bases hate each other. So, I mean, it's just that kind of game. I'm looking at the latest report from Pete Thamel. Mateer has actually gone from questionable to probable on the injury report.
He's going to play.
He's going to try to play. But I don't know how 3 weeks surgery on his right hand.
Yeah, his passing hand, how effective is he going to be? But the game means that much. But I would also say for Texas, their season is on the line.
Absolutely.
If they want any hopes of making the college football playoff, they have to win this game because essentially they've got to run the table. Now, when it's all said and done and the committee's making their look-see, part of the expansion was you could have a 3-loss team depending on who those 3 losses are to. And if at the end of the day you've lost to Ohio State and Florida and another team that's going to be in the top 10, you still might have a chance at the playoffs. They lose to Oklahoma tomorrow. I don't think they have any shot at the playoffs.
No, I don't think so either.
And again, no extra pressure on Arch Manning because the thought of him going to the draft this year seems comical when you've got scouts off the record telling different people that he's not a draftable quarterback right now. But you got Dan Orlovsky saying, yeah, he'll be the number 1 pick next year.
2027. Yeah, not 2026. Obviously, I think either way right now, unless he just comes out and sets the world on fire for the remainder of the schedule. But I think it's pretty much assured that Arch Manning will be back in Texas next year playing.
As he hits the portal, which I don't see that happening.
I don't see that happening either. I think he stays at Texas, but we'll see. But I like where you went at the beginning of this conversation, Jason. You just went where Sark has got to bear some of this responsibility. I mean, he does. And if that offensive line is bad, then you need to design some plays to get the football out quicker. Do something to protect that offensive line and to protect your quarterback. So, I mean, he bears some of the responsibility of this. And I think for the most part, at least up until now, because Arch Manning's getting all the criticism, Sark has escaped it. And I think that time is time to end that.
It's very much a flawed football team all the way around. And, you know, as we talked about with Bob Ballou, Texas has never gone to the portal for offensive linemen.
No.
Oregon went and got 3. And now, granted, some of that's just belief in your recruiting and what you have, but for whatever reason, those guys haven't panned out to this point. Either they haven't developed or you missed. But there are a number of positions, especially defensively. All those guys that went to the pros, you thought you had more pros backing them up. And at least this year, as a whole, this roster is not near as talented as everybody thought it was going to be in the preseason. And we're not talking about just quarterback. And, you know, quarterback, preseason Heisman hype for a guy like Arch, all of that was there. But there are a lot of other players on that team that aren't playing up to expectation. They don't play quarterback, so it's not getting talked about a lot. That's why I think tomorrow afternoon, 2:30, is so important for Texas. If they can somehow win this game, and anyway, convincing, not convincing,
just win.
Their season is on the line as far as postseason hopes.
And the other thing, which goes to your point you're making, Ohio State had just as many NFL players leave, and they're pretty damn good still.
Yep.
And Texas is not. So you just use that as an example. And Texas has got to win this football game tomorrow. It is one of those, and I don't like to use the term must win, but I think for Texas it is.
Yeah.
And they've got to get a W no matter how that happens. No question about it. Last night there was a time in the game between the Eagles and the Giants that has everybody talking, and nobody's talking good about it, including a former Dallas Cowboy by the name of Micah Parsons. We'll tell you what that is when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First of all, I want to talk to you about Stevens Roofing and Solar. Love talking about these guys. You guys know that if you listen to the show at any time at all. You know I love Stevens Roofing and Solar. Family-owned company, great family, local company, and they've been in business for so long here in San Antonio and South Texas that, you know, they got to be doing it right. The reputation that they have is second to none. It is fantastic. We're out of summer. I know it doesn't feel like it, but we are out of summer. We are officially in fall, and you know winter's coming up. And we do get our share of cold weather. You know that. Sometimes it happens more so than others. It just all depends, and we just never know what Mother Nature's going to throw at us. I want you to do something for me. Stop putting off having your roof checked out. All right, if you're seeing some things that kind of have you questioning what's going on with your roof, call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. Have them send a team out to check your roof. They'll do it for free. They'll get up there. They'll check everything out. They'll make sure it's sealed where it's supposed to be sealed, secured, energy efficient. They just want to make sure that you're okay for the long haul. That's what they do. If they find something, they'll let you know, and then you can decide how you want to proceed. That's how they do business. Stevens Roofing and Solar, they are the absolute best. And it doesn't matter. If you've got a metal roof on your house, they can check that out. A composition roof, obviously. If you've got a commercial building, they can check that out as well. They do it all. There's no reason to call anybody else but Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, Sunday at noon. The Cowboys are in Charlotte, taking on the Carolina Panthers at Bank of America Stadium. Pregame starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
I think Smokey would be a great spokesman for something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, marijuana widely accepted, especially in the NFL and the NBA and MLB and both houses of Congress.
The John Clay Wolf Show, every Saturday morning. Check out the YouTube channel, complete with live video stream at jcwshow.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo, no missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Hey, it's Desmond Howard. You want to win the weekend? It all starts with the tailgate. And for me, that means Kingsford Charcoal.
They've been bringing the flavor, the smoke, and the heat since 1920. No wonder they're still the gold standard of grilling. So fire it up, feed your crew, and let the smoke do the talking. Kingsford, the king of the tailgate. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, long weekend of football, but guess what? We got more to come. 2 Monday night football games tonight. Looking forward and looking back. Red River rivalry done. Did the Cowboys take care of business? And, oh, yeah, the Spurs played. Get here early. We got a lot to do. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Dude, who knew we got 2 Monday night football games tonight? Tonight. Wow. How about that? Holy cow. I'm excited now. 2 Monday night football games on a Friday night.
A professional radio station.
Hey, everybody, this is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Ryan-Eagle. He's Jason Minix. We're live at Hero Stadium getting ready for some high school football tonight. Johnson and Reagan will bang heads here beginning at 7 o'clock right here on 94.1.
R.C. Buford will join us in about 15 minutes from right now, the CEO of Spurs Sports and Entertainment. You got a question you want us to ask R.C.? Let us know in the comment section there on our YouTube page, San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. You know how to find it. Or you can tweet at Joe Ryan-Eagle 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix.
Got a few questions in there on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. We'll take a look at those for sure and go over that. Obviously, R.C. Buford and Spurs Sports Entertainment wanting to make sure that the facts are out there because there is a lot of misinformation floating around. And so they want to get out and make sure that that you have the facts, and then you can make an intelligent decision when you go to the ballot box or the voting booth on November 4th.
Or if you're doing early voting, whatever, whenever you cast your vote. And again, it's so much out there. It'll be fun. It's been a while since RC's made an appearance on this show for that matter. And now that he's way up, he's
a big shot now up there. CEO.
He didn't do a lot of interviews when he was GM.
No, he didn't.
The old Spurs way, but it'll be fun. RC again at 4:35 live here on the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. So last night. And it's rare that I do this, miss football games to go to a concert, but wanted to go see Cowboy Mouth. They were playing at Sam's Burger Joint, and it was the Eagles and the Giants. I didn't expect it to be that great of a game, although I did have Giants plus 7.5. So I was pretty happy about the way things ended. And anytime Philadelphia loses, that's a good thing. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It is a good thing.
And for the entire city, their baseball season ended yesterday in the most bizarre way. I mean, oh my God. Could you imagine? They started their hockey season last night with a loss, right? I mean, just brutal. just brutal. And it's kind of like watching the tush push. Now that it was going to get banned and it didn't get banned, and now when you see the tush push, everybody is now bitching about it.
Well, look, because they did it 4 plays in a row. And, I mean, it's just after a while, it's just like, okay, why don't you just give them the touchdown? Nobody can stop it. And that's my problem. I wish somebody could stop that thing. When the Eagles run it, they can't. Micah Parsons tweeted out during that game, this ain't football. I mean, that was all he said, and a couple of trash cans right there. So you see, I guess, how some of the players feel. Now, Mike is going to make his feelings known. We all know that, and he did. This ain't football. And when I'm watching that, because I'm watching this live, and that 4 times in a row, and on the 4th time, they scored a touchdown. But it's just like, okay, let me go get another beer from the fridge and make a sandwich, because it's not entertaining football.
Well, again, it was close to being banned, but got just enough to keep it there. Is banning a play because nobody can stop it a reason to ban it?
I don't think so, but I think it's going to get banned.
But it's not a fun play to watch.
No, not at all.
And so now if you're banning it because it's not entertaining enough, there are teams out there that play boring football.
Sure.
But even Mike Greenberg this morning on Get Up was apologizing for the play.
And then came the tush push portion of the evening, and on behalf of the National Football League and its fans, I apologize to anyone who had to sit through this. This is a 3rd and 1 from the Giant 3. They wound up running 4 consecutive tush pushes to the amusement of no one. They're jumping early. No one cares. It's ridiculous.
There was that, too.
But whatever. Brian Daboll frustrated. That was a 4th down play. Here's a 1st down play. The Giants stopped this one. Brian Daboll is still aggravated. Why don't we just award them a touchdown? You know, they award like a walk now on 4 straight pitches, just so you don't have to waste the time.
That's a great idea.
Sitting
we don't have to
through
watch
this
garbage.
You know, and that's true. And I didn't even bring that up. There was a Prime caught it perfectly, and they showed the replay, and the Eagle offensive lineman clearly moved before the snap, but the officials can't see it, and or they just let it go. I don't know, or it's bang bang. I'm not sure, but when they showed that replay, this guy was a yard down the field before the snap,
and that's not reviewable. And could you imagine having to watch that play then go to a review? Is it one of those things that, all right, we're not going to ban it, but you can only run it one time. You can't do it on consecutive plays. I wonder if, it's like back-to-back timeouts. I don't know what the answer is. I hate the idea of banning a play because it's ugly, it's boring, and nobody can stop it. But at the same time, I don't want to watch that either.
No, I don't. And I watched it, and I was watching the game live when that happened, and I'm like, well, because they were on like the 3-yard line to start with, and so they get a yard pretty much every time, and it took them 4 plays to get into the end zone, and after a while, it's just I hate the fact of banning a play because nobody can stop it. I do, but when you see it like that, if it's just done once and they're on the 1-yard line and they score, then you kind of, okay.
Well, it's any other quarterback sneak.
Well, I guess.
Except for this one is unstoppable. And when it's likely to get banned? When they unpile that and there's some guy laying there that can't move and has to get stretched off. And, and it's going to, again, but do you ban it because you're worried that does happen? I mean, we all care about player safety.
Well, that's what they're going to say when they ban it.
But the safety says nobody's been hurt. Although you listen to Jason Kelsey, he hated that play.
He did, because he was always on the bottom of a pile of humanity.
And everybody thought, well, when Jason Kelsey retires, nobody will run. Dude, they've got the perfect set of players that can run it. A quarterback that can squat 600 pounds.
Gosh, yes.
And you get that push. I don't know what they do. I'm not a fan of it, but I'm certainly not a fan of, well, nobody can stop it, so let's take it away. I am a fan of, it's the Eagles and they do it well, so screw them and let's ban it. I'm good with that. But if the Cowboys could run this play the way the Eagles run this play, which is the way I've got to look at it, I would not want it banned because nobody else could stop it.
I'm surprised the Cowboys don't. I mean, Dak we've seen him sit next to us and his legs are like, well, they're like redwood trees. I mean, sincerely,
there's a new definition of redwood, and
it's not legs.
No,
it's one. Yeah.
But again, though, I mean, with his injury history, would you?
No, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it at all.
I mean, even you go back. I mean, Cam Newton is a massive, dude, right?
Yes.
A lot of those guys are far bigger in person than you think they are. So I just look at that and say, all right, I don't like it. I don't want to ban it. Screw the Eagles. But if I'm a Cowboy fan and the Cowboys could run that play, I'd be for it every time. Eagle fans, they know they're lining up. They're eventually going to get that touchdown. And you know who it really sucks for? Guys that have like Saquon Barkley, because you get down near the goal line where a lot of times you're thinking, all right, well, your running back's going to at least get a shot at getting into the end zone. With the Eagles, you've got no shot.
No shot whatsoever. It's I don't know. That's the first time I've seen it run consecutively 4 plays in a row. So I guess that kind of changed my mind. But I'm just sitting there watching that, and you know exactly what they're going to do on every snap. The problem is the Giants knew what they were going to do, and you just can't stop it when the Eagles run it.
No.
The Bills tried to do it in the playoffs last year and couldn't get it done.
They didn't do it right,
and so it's just I don't know what you do or how you do it, but it's
I mean.
It's frustrating.
Well, for who?
Well, for everybody that plays the Eagles.
Or people like you that, in your fantasy game last night, old Billy Taylor, who was a Giants fan, started Jalen Hurts.
He did. And he had Cam Scatterboo as well. And so I'm getting my butt kicked right now by the weather guy of all people.
Of course, of all people.
Jeez, of all people, man. I tell you what. It's all right. I'll come back.
Sure.
We're going to talk a little Prop A, Prop B, and we're going to do it with the CEO of Spurs Sports and Entertainment, R.C. Buford. He joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Ticket. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero College Football Post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
Imagine owning coastal land with ocean views and world-class fishing just off Matagorda Bay. Well, dream no more. This Saturday, October 11th, mark your calendars for our fall one-day coastal land sale at Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point. We're unveiling incredible coastal properties. We're talking 1+ acres with ocean access for just $49.9 and waterfront properties starting at just $99.9. Wow! This gated community boasts a waterfront resort-style pool and cabana, your own boat slip and launch with paved roads and underground utilities. It's all happening this Saturday, October 11th. Unbeatable values. 1+ acre with ocean access, just $49.9. Texas coastal waterfront properties from $99.9. Call now for your private tour at 210-853-0389. Excellent financing is available. Call 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you know
this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
It's football season and nothing beats fresh coffee, crisp air, and that locker room energy. Hey, it's Rob reminding you that Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit is just a phone call away. From Selma to San Antonio, it's luxury pet care for your four-legged MVP. With over 17,000 square feet of pet paradise, more than an acre of play outside, plus training and spa treatments, this is stadium fun for your furry family members. Call 210-750-1298. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit, where every pet's a champion.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday evening at 6, the Aggies take on the Florida Gators. Presented by Just Pots. Free game at 5 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix. We're live at Heroes Stadium.
High school football tonight, Johnson and Reagan. In a couple of weeks, early voting will begin for your decision on Prop A and Prop B. So much misinformation seemingly out there, although, man, it seems like there's a lot of effort in trying to get correct info out, which is something we have been trying to do here on the Blitz since this whole thing started. And let's go right to the top. The CEO of Spurs Sports and Entertainment, R.C. Buford, joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. R.C., appreciate you taking some time on a Friday.
Thanks. It's great to be together.
R.C., when you think about when everything was first getting talked about with the new arena, the big downtown project, Project Marvel, everything gets lumped together. And I think that's somewhat where the confusion started. What we're going to the polls for in November is for props A and B. As often as you hear this discussed or you're in discussions, what's the one thing that's most frustrating to you that people seem to keep asking the same questions or think it's this way when it's really that way?
I think the biggest misconceptions that we believe are that residents in San Antonio will have new taxes that they'll be responsible for. And there are no new taxes for this. There are no taxes for the people of San Antonio. This is hotel and motel tax only. The county Proposition A and B, which we're voting for, will give a big uplift to the east side through the work that the rodeo is prepared to do on the Freeman and the Frost Bank Center grounds, and then to downtown in the Hemisphere Plaza and Hemisphere Park. It's going to be a big uplift for our community, and this is the public portion of this is paid for by hotel and motel tax that many are already being collected, and if we don't use them here, they leave town. I think the other thing we hope people will understand is the Spurs are putting in a huge financial commitment. $500 million in the arena, plus over any cost overruns, as well as a commitment of $2 billion for downtown development total throughout the Hemisphere Park.
You know, RC, when you look at that, and obviously the Spurs are part of this fabric of this community, and they have been for many, many years. Why is it that the Spurs and Spurs Sports Entertainment want to invest the kind of money that you guys are going to invest in that downtown area and a new arena?
This is a commitment to honor our legacy with the community. We've had a great history together, and we also want to move back down where a large part of our history is and create an energy that's 365 days a year around a new arena and share the experiences with all of our fans.
RC Buford joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. I think about the financial commitment that the Spurs are making to this project, and I look around at other arenas that are being built, specifically one in Oklahoma City where they're raising a sales tax, but the Thunder only putting in, I think, $50 million of their own dollars into that project. Are you a little surprised or even bothered, RC, that it seems that the Spurs are, one, putting in that much more money, but having so much opposition here in San Antonio, knowing how much money the organization is putting in?
We're focused on the positives of what we can do together with our community, and a great public-private partnership that energizes all, and that people all over Bexar County have the opportunity to make the decision on this. And we're focused on what's in front of us in Bexar County.
Well, and RC, I think that's good. And I'll be honest with you, because Jason and I both get messages, text messages from the other side, emails, and just flat out, it seems to be untruths. And I like the way that you guys have blitzed this community with just the facts. I know Jason got a flyer in his mailbox the other day that it's just so simple to understand. And if you read it, you say, well, okay, what the Spurs say they're going to do, they're going to do. Did you guys feel that necessary to really just blitz this and make sure that people got the factual information that they need before they go to the ballot?
We continue to think it's important that we get the facts to everybody. And I don't know how to evaluate how well that's being received. There is quite a bit of misinformation, and we're eager to emphasize our commitment to the community and hope that our community will recognize this as early voting starts October 20th, and the election day is November 4th. These days are right in front of us.
Yeah, they really are. RC, I haven't read the article yet, so I don't really know. I'm just going with the headline on Twitter. Back when the then SBC Center was built and promises were made for the east side. Now, I've heard some discussion about this, and promises are one thing, but in this term sheet that was signed and approved by the city council, the promises are actually part of a contract, right? Is that the biggest difference here? So when somebody says, hey, we heard this before, it didn't happen, with this project, it's in the contract, which means it has to happen, correct?
Correct. This model is different and will be outlined in writing in the definitive documents. The team is directly investing in the arena, $500 million, and another $1.4 billion in a mixed-use development around the arena to bring this activity and accountability.
You know, RC, what I love about what the Spurs do, and because covering the Spurs, Jason and I have done it for many, many years. We know the relationship and what the city of San Antonio means to the Spurs and what the Spurs mean to the city of San Antonio. And you guys, I mean, you've never threatened to leave. You've never even spoke of that. And you, in fact, have said, we're not going anywhere. A lot of teams would do that and to get their way in this. Spurs are here to stay, are they not?
We're focused on this November election and doing everything we can to bring the Spurs back to downtown.
Absolutely. Now, probably we'll get a similar answer. Is there I don't want to know I do want to know what the specifics are, but I know you won't tell me, RC, but is there a plan B in place if the election doesn't go the way we expect it to go on November 4th?
Again, we're focused on winning this election and moving forward with a great downtown development, public-private partnership with the community and our fans.
That's awesome. Every business person that I've talked to, that Jason and I have talked to, RC, is on board with this. And that should tell folks pretty much everything they need to know about what this will do to the downtown area and just upgrade all of it. And not only that, to have a beautiful new building to play in. Does that encourage you when you hear business people out there in the community that are on board with this and cheering this on?
You know, I personally appreciate that support. We greatly value the relationship we have throughout the business community. And also, we have a great relationship through our fans throughout the community. Our hope is that between early voting starting October 20th and the election day, November 4th, that this will be an overwhelming success and point our program in a direction for the next 50 years.
Well,
you know, as we went through the 50-year anniversary, we did a lot of work with alumni, and what we found was what a unique relationship our alumni have in the San Antonio community. Outside of New York and Los Angeles, there are more former Spurs that live in San Antonio than there are in any city but New York and LA, including like Chicago. 6 world championships. Chicago's got 6 former Bulls living in the community. We've got 25 plus, including our iconic players, David, Tim, Ice, Manu, Tony when he's in America, Bruce Bowen, and then also Monty Williams, who played and coached here and other places and has moved his family back here. George Hill, Jan Mahimi. It's an incredible relationship that our players have with our community. I hope people recognize the importance we believe to be in this relationship.
You know, it is such a unique situation that so many players that didn't grow up here have made their homes here because it is that place. And the Spurs are a part of the fabric of our community, have been forever. Again, Project A and B on the ballot. Hotel occupancy tax. And I just want to clarify because I saw somebody comment on our YouTube page that, you know, if you go stay in a hotel, you got to pay the tax even if you live here. To me, some of the negative is just common sense, right? I mean, yeah, it's a tax on tourists, but if you choose to go stay in a hotel, and that's going to cost you a couple of bucks at most unless you're staying downtown for a month, right? So that's the kind of stuff that drives me nuts when I hear people that question some of the things that are being put out there.
If you stay in a hotel in San Antonio and it's $100 a night hotel, you pay $1.75, and this would move to $2.
RC, I've got to ask you, if you don't mind, Spurs fans pretty excited about this year with the new head coach and Mitch Johnson, some good players, obviously Victor Wembanyama. How excited are you to get this season underway?
Very excited. The work that our team and our organization has put into the offseason has been significant, and what we've seen in our gym leads us all to have a lot of a great sense of opportunity.
You know, I mean, it's RC. Joe and I both with you through those great years and winning the championships, and it just feels like we're getting back to that level where postseason basketball is going to be back in San Antonio.
That's the goal.
Absolutely the goal. And RC, if you don't mind, because I know Spurs fans are concerned, how is Pop?
Pop continues to rehabilitate incredibly diligently. He's making progress along the way. He was at practice this week, which it was great to see all the guys go over and just have a private moment with him. And his impact and influence on our culture will carry forward in the future.
Absolutely.
Glad to hear that.
R.C. Buford, CEO of Spurs Sports and Entertainment. Get out and vote, Prop A and Prop B, early election or on November 4th. R.C., appreciate you taking some time with us this afternoon. Good luck with the election. Good luck with the season. We hope to catch up with you again soon.
Thank you all for this opportunity.
Appreciate it. R.C. Buford on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
Very interesting, some of the comments, especially when you ask about the team leaving or, is there a plan B? They're not saying much. And look, you can read into that what you want, and I'm not going to put words in RC's mouth, but we've heard that from some other Spurs representatives as well. And I know there's a lot of people out there. Spurs aren't going anywhere, and they're probably not. And I hope you're right when you say that. I just don't want to take that chance. Well, and the Spurs are not saying it. I'm saying it. But just think about it. Do you want to take that chance or do you not?
The Spurs are a business. And again, operating from a place of reality, not from a place of fear. Former Mayor Henry Cisneros said on the show a week ago when he was on, give or take, November 5th, if the election doesn't go the way most are expecting it to go, and by that, voting yes on these two propositions. Other communities are going to be reaching out, and they are working right now with a plan to try to woo the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Mayor Henry Cisneros threw out a couple of cities, and I don't think any of the cities that Henry mentioned would be in play, because Seattle will get an expansion team because they kept their history there. Vegas, I think, will get an expansion fee just because the expansion fee rights are going to be so expensive. Austin, I'm not really sure, but the idea that other cities like a Kansas City or a Nashville or you name it wouldn't be reaching out, to me, I just think that's naive if you think we don't have to, and we don't have to do it now, because the building on the lease is running out. We know that these things take several years to build. Also, quite frankly, while the rodeo people love the Spurs, they can't expand and do the things they want to do if the Spurs are still a major tenant there. And the other part is we'll have another concert venue in town.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean, like Peter Sakai said, I can't let the Frostbank Center become a relic building. Cool. Keep it up, because that becomes another concert venue. One of the reasons why concerts miss San Antonio is because there is one venue about that size and it's got to have so many dates that are booked and whatnot for basketball, where you look at tours that go to Austin, Houston, Dallas. They're not always at the same buildings.
No.
Because you can go to Dallas and say you're in Dallas and you're at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. Or Houston has a couple of different options. Austin has a couple of different options. San Antonio does not.
Yeah, all of that is true. I mean, look, and again, I will just say this, and I know that we're just talking about Prop A and B, but you talk about a downtown that would just be reborn. If all of this happens the way that they project it to happen and the plans that have been made, this downtown area, you talk about tourists coming here now. I mean, that would upgrade the convention center, upgraded. So the bigger conventions can come in. Look, this is just a no-brainer in my mind, all of it. But again, we're just sticking with Prop A and B. October 20th is early voting. November 4th is the day. I don't want to take that chance. And just by asking RC and him just saying we're positive that, and we're just looking toward this election, again, read into that how you will. How I read into it, there's going to be options, and they're a business. They're going to take a look.
Well, and again, I everything you just said is there. I just, when I hear about, like I saw a clip from a Gina Ortiz-Jones town hall meeting, and somebody said kind of what I saw earlier is, well, you said San Antonio's won't pay this, but if I get in a hotel, I'm not tax exempt. Well, of course not.
Of course not.
And at that point, you're just being You go stay in a hotel for whatever reason, you're paying a lot of taxes.
In any city.
In any city. You're building all kinds of things. And the increase of tax is so small. And I know probably most of us listening to this show aren't going to stay in a $100 hotel room, including RC. I'd wonder when the last time RC stayed in a hotel that was $100 a night. But
are there any of those?
But the math is easy.
Right.
$2. So if you're in a $200 hotel, it's $4.
Right.
I mean, go get a cup of coffee. And so it wouldn't be a burden on anybody living in San Antonio with this Prop A and Prop B. And it would be your choice to go stay in a hotel. Or if you have to rent a car, that is still your choice to do that. Now, granted, your car's wrecked and you got to go get a rental car. Sure. I mean, stuff happens. But the reality is, all of us aren't going to be forced to pay for this. And if you choose to go get a hotel room, then all right, cool. You're paying all those taxes anyway.
Well, let me just make it clear on the rental car. The tax on a rental car is not going up. It's just where those funds are going to be moved to. And they'll be moved toward Prop A and B. So the tax is going to be, so don't let anybody tell you the tax is going up for that. You rent a car because you need to, and you had an accident or whatever the case may be, you're still going to be paying that $5 tax. It's just that tax is going to be moved to where it's going. So one way or the other, you're paying it. It's not going up. Don't let anybody fool you and tell you otherwise.
And the fact is, they're committing over $2 billion to this project. Go read what Oklahoma City is doing. I mean, honestly, they're throwing in $50 million, raised the sales tax. And if I remember correctly, that tax passed by 71% because Oklahoma City, they don't want to lose what they have.
Well, of course not.
I mean, and I know I asked RC and he gave me the answer you kind of expect to get. I'd be a little surprised, maybe even a little offended when you think about a guy like RC that's been a part of this organization for so many years, that there is actually this kind of opposition to it.
Well, I'm surprised that there is too, but there's going to be opposition. There was opposition to the Alamo Dome. There's opposition to everything, and that's just the way that it is. But it just seems to me that this is a no-brainer. It just is a no-brainer. Tourists are going to pay for this portion of it. Then we move on to step two. What we're talking about is Prop A and B. It's going to be good for the rodeo, good for Freeman Coliseum, the Frost Bank Center, all of that, and it's going to be good for the San Antonio Spurs. So, look, if you're listening to the show and you agree, go out and vote, whether it's early voting or November 4th. Let's get this thing done and make sure that the San Antonio Spurs remain a part of this community where they belong for many, many, many years to come.
For the rest of our lifetime.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Well, RC mentioned the next 50 years, so I mean, I don't anticipate being here 50 years.
You don't have another 50 years.
Well, I don't think you do either, my friend.
I don't have another 50 years.
No, you don't have another 50 years.
I'm curious if anybody listening has another 50 years.
Well, there might be some 20-somethings, 30-somethings that have another 50 years. Sure. Hey, we're hip, Minix. We got the young kids out there listening.
Yeah,
you know how it is.
That's it.
Come on.
Did you just say you got new hips? What is that?
Well, not yet, but that could be in the future.
Well,
maybe a new knee.
Speaking of getting older, I saw on our YouTube page, Claymore, regular listener, always in on the chat, having a birthday today.
Happy birthday, Claymore. He says he's off to that city up north, about 50 miles from here, to celebrate. I don't want to mention it.
They have an entertainment district.
Well, they do. Absolutely. Have fun, Claymore, and behave yourself, young man.
No,
a little
behave
bit.
Yourself.
Have a good time. Have a good time.
Don't pull a Ryan Eagle.
We're live at Hero Stadium tonight because there is a high school football game going to be played here. A good one, too. Reagan taking on Johnson, the Stone Oak Super Bowl, as it is called. Jason Minix will have your call beginning at 7 o'clock right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, it is a Friday. Everybody has their weekend plans. None of you plan on getting arrested, Claymore, but a lot of people go out, have fun, and, end up in jail. You get arrested. You want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas. Services nationwide. Up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between. License number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Cancer claims our loved ones every day. When the Byer family lost company founder Perry Byer to cancer, they established Byer Cares. And this October, during Cancer Awareness Month, Byer Boys will donate a portion of all service fees to the American Cancer Society. Please join us in our fundraising goal by visiting BuyerCaresFoundation.com. There's a can in cancer, because together we can beat it.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over those beautiful icy balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu that's second to none. And Twin Peaks hand-stretched flatbreads, oh, they're coming out hot. Close out your night with our favorite flatbreads. They're available during the late night hours, Sunday through Thursday, for only $8. That's only from your favorite lodge, Twin Peaks. Eat, drinks, and oh, those scenic views.
It's October, which means it's Oktoberfest time, and Carb Oktoberfest is one of the best out there. It's here for a good time, not for a long time. Get it now at all your stores and in select accounts around San Antonio. Carb Oktoberfest.
We are in October. You know, football season is in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in all the action where you can make picks and win money here in Texas. Hi, Jason Minix here from the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Love playing on Underdog because it's easy. Pick your favorite players, whether they're going to go higher or lower on predicted stats, passing yards, touchdowns, rushing yards, that sort of thing. Get all your picks right. Your entry turns green. You're going to win money. In fact, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Sign up with promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo, no missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Thomas J. Henry Law fights even when the insurance company says your claim is worth nothing. Thomas J. Henry doesn't back down. That's how we put over $1 billion in our clients' pockets in just the last 4 years. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Principal office, San Antonio.
You know, the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, it broke earlier this afternoon. Cowboys COO Stephen Jones announced today that running back Miles Sanders has a knee injury that requires surgery. He is done for the season. San Antonio Spurs are 2-0 in the preseason. They're back in preseason action tonight. They return home to welcome the Utah Jazz into the Frostbank Center. Tip-off set for 7 o'clock. Spurs fans, you'll get your first look at Dylan Harper. He's going to be playing for the first time this preseason.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And it is a football Friday. That's why we're live at Hero Stadium. Johnson and Reagan going to do battle on this field here tonight. Looking forward to that. And by the way, it's the weekend for all of you guys or gals that get off at 5 o'clock. Your weekend is here. Friday is over. Start the party.
Yeah.
Jason and I are. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix.
Are we partying?
Well, I'm about to.
I got a bottle of water.
Yeah, well, so do I at this point in time. But I don't know, in about an hour and a half or so, I'll probably have an adult beverage, and you won't.
I won't. It's 5. I'm 6 hours away from getting off work.
All right. Well,
give or take. Pledge is 7, just because I know he's screaming that somewhere in the background. Wouldn't trade it, though. Got a good one tonight for Quarter Moon Plumbing High School Game of the Week. It's the Stone Oak Super Bowl. Johnson and Reagan, energized by Hill Electric. Although, kind of started my weekend last night at Cowboy Mouth. But something happened last night after the show that kind of freaky, to be honest
what
with
happened?
you. Go to the show, have a good time. Call the Uber. Uber says that my driver was a female.
Okay.
We're climbing into the truck, and there's a big old dude sitting behind the wheel.
Oh, wow.
Check the license, the car, and then this little voice from the passenger seat. No, I'm here. I'm your driver. I'm like, wait a minute. You're not my driver.
No.
And the dude that's driving, and it's a Dodge, big old Dodge pickup truck. And I'm like, well, wait. what's going on? It's like, well, I'm just tired. I'm taking a break. And I was like, and this dude starts to drive and hits the curb. And I'm like, wait, stop. Nope. You're not insured by Uber if something were to go south. This is one of the strangest Uber experiences.
Now, I don't know if I would have gone that far, but
no, wait, we made them stop and I was going to get out and just call a different Uber, but she switched and you could tell she was pissed because she didn't know how to drive that big truck. But it was a little, and I in my Uber app, and they have that record safety feature, which I've never used before, but I did last night.
Yeah,
trying to figure out because I know it's recording. Talk to him. So do you drive this truck all the time? I mean, because you could just tell she didn't know how to drive this big old truck. Although in the profile that was listed as hers.
Wow.
But this dude was driving, but he hit the damn curb leaving Sam's Burger Joint. And I'm like, no, this is
you
weird.
Think he was drunk or what?
No, I mean, it was just strange. But I've never actually used the safety feature in that app while on a ride. And I'm still wondering, should I have just got out and just called a different Uber?
Probably. Well, you got home safe.
But I got home safe.
Okay.
But once she switched, I was like, all right, well, because, I mean, if something happens, you're there. And my wife was like, I don't know if I would have gone if you weren't there. And I was like, I don't know, alone. I don't know. But that was weird. I've never experienced that before.
Well, that is weird. Now, look, if it's a female driver late at night, I'm assuming it was late.
Yeah,
somewhat.
about 10, 11 o'clock.
Well,
yeah.
I could understand having a chaperone or a bodyguard, but not to drive. So I get what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, now there are so many blankets up front. I don't know if that's where they live too, but I mean,
or what they were doing.
I stopped.
Maybe when you called, it's like chicka wow.
No, I just it was just an odd Uber experience.
Yeah, that sounds weird. Never had that happen.
Yeah. Okay. Not that pledge. No, it was like from a safety thing. I mean, it's like, because that's the second time. One time somebody drove up that wasn't the driver.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm using my wife's. Nah, dude, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not getting in that one. If she, it was just weird.
Well, I mean, you got to explain that to Uber, right? Or they'll charge you for the damn thing.
Well, they charged anyway. I mean, I got the ride, I paid for it, but I did report it.
Like if they pull up and you cancel that Uber, I mean,
you would get a refund for that.
Well, I hope so.
But the amount of emails, including one that I just got from Uber safety, trying to continue to figure out what's going on.
Interesting. Well, I have to go back because you said you saw Cowboy Mouth.
Yeah.
What's the story with that band name? I mean, is there something significant to the Cowboy Mouth? I'm just like,
it's the name of a band.
I know, but they're weird as hell.
What's weird as
Cowboy Mouth? What? I mean, I can't even imagine. I'm trying to think of these guys sitting around the house or in their garage when they're playing or whatever the hell they're doing. Hey, let's be called Cowboy Mouth. I don't understand that. What? How does that? I don't understand. I mean, Cowboy Mouth. There's got to be a meaning to that, right?
There might be, and Google would. I've never given a damn to go try to figure out why they came up with the name Cowboy Mouth.
Cowboy Mouth.
I know. They put on a hell of a show.
Well, sure.
I mean, and Sam's Burger Joint was packed last night. That was a fun show, high energy, because it's one of the rare bands where the lead singer is also the drummer. So the drum kit's at the front of the stage.
All right.
And the energy and it's just, they just have, I mean, it's just fun, upbeat. And I mean, the one song everybody knows is Jenny Says. In fact, they joked about it. Like, hey, you guys aren't loud enough. You want me to just play Jenny Says and get the hell out so we can all go home early? I know it's Thursday. I mean, they did that a bunch because everybody was there to hear Jenny Says, right?
Of course.
But fun, entertaining, high energy show on a
that's
Thursday.
Good. Look, I've never been Sam's Burger Joint is great.
Yeah.
But the what was it? The YouTube tribute band and they were the same as the other band before. That was kind of
U2
weird.
and NXS.
That was it.
Yeah, that was
kind of weird. The guy just went back and put on a different wig. And so that was weird. But Sam's Burger Joint, a great place to go and watch a concert, watch live music.
Absolutely.
It's excellent. And Burgers are pretty damn good too.
Yep, absolutely.
They're awesome. They really are.
I mean, all you care about are branded buns.
I love the branded buns. Yeah, you got Sam's Burger Joint branded on your bun. That's pretty cool.
Just what Ryan Eagle needs. Sam's branded on his buns.
Absolutely.
Left cheek or right cheek, sir?
Well, you never know.
I'd rather
Depends
see
on what
Don
kind of mood.
Harris shirtless.
Nobody wants to see that
Dude,
either.
Nobody wants to see that. I wish I could put that into context. I had a choice between Minnick shirtless or Don Harris.
You didn't have a choice.
I mean, it was like,
Minnick's never volunteered to go shirtless.
Dude, that's.
I mean, it's just your obsession with Don Harris being shirtless.
I have an obsession with Don Harris. What can I say? He's my hero.
Boy, that hooker just lifts me every day.
What the hell, Pledge?
And Candy Lee. That Candy Lee must be pretty shiny.
Candy Lee.
I love Jerry Jones. Speaking of Jerry Jones, well, he was on the radio this morning. Where to hear from the Mr. Jones when we continue live from Hero Stadium. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. You know, it's like branded buns, but you need your logo on a nice golf shirt, a fishing shirt, a dress shirt. You can get into Sam. He'll get that done for you. He's got all the big name brands like North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Under Armour, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. Sam now carries a full line of Tommy Bahama as well. You want your logo on a nice Tommy Bahama golf shirt? Sam will do it for you. Incredible prices. That includes your logo. Maybe a Tommy Bahama quarter zip or jacket. He's got the full line of Tommy Bahama gear. Need t-shirts, screen printed? Go see Sam. If you need caps, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike Cap America, to name a few. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Nobody has better prices. Sam is the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too big, no order too small. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or better yet, get into that massive showroom down on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410, next to the Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sam's Embroidery Club.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
When it comes to keeping your pumps running smooth, L&S Pump Repair has you covered. 24/7 on-site service for saltwater disposal and pump repairs. From Quintaplex to H-Pumps, they've got parts ready and the skills to get you back in the game fast. Need a whole new pump package? L&S builds custom skid packages too. Don't let knocking pumps or slow flow slow you down. Call L&S Pump Repair 936-853-3810. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
Welcome to Only Murders in the Building,
the official podcast.
Join me, Michael Cyril Creighton, as we go behind the scenes with some of the amazing actors, writers, and crew from season 5.
The audience should never stop suspecting anything.
How can you not be funny crawling around on a coffin? No, that's true.
Catch Only Murders in the Building official podcast, premiering September 9th wherever you get your podcasts. And watch Only Murders in the Building, streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products or compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The UTSA Roadrunners open American Conference play Saturday night against the Rice Owls in the Alamo Dome. It's homecoming. It's UTSA's annual Hispanic Heritage Game. Tickets on sale starting at $24 at GoUTSA.com or call 210-458-8872. UTSA versus Rice presented by HEB. Kickoff 6:30. Upon exit, fans will receive Taco Cabana UTSA Football 15th Season Cups. Get your tickets now at GoUTSA.com because when we win, San Antonio wins.
Hey, it's football season and your furry MVP deserves a win. Hey, it's Rob and reminding you Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit in Selma is a luxury pet care resort with over 17,000 square feet of fun, plus training, spa days, and acres to play. Book today at 210-750-1298.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why our rewards members get free standard shipping on the things they want and need to get the job done every day. Savings for rewards members add up fast. So why wait? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the morning huddles. AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Have you had time to listen to the new Taylor Swift album? What's your favorite track so far?
Didn't even know she's got a new record out. When did this break? Do you guys have a favorite track?
The title track is my favorite so far.
It's got a good hook.
Yeah,
Easy
it's good. And Honey is pretty good also.
I'll report back next week.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You might be Team Swifty with us next week. You never know.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Been a Friday afternoon, then a football stadium in San Antonio, Texas. Today we're at Hero Stadium, getting ready for the Johnson Jaguars and the Reagan Rattlers. You can hear that game beginning at 7 o'clock right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Jason Minix will have the call for you. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix, and I love being out here. You know what's good about being out here right now?
Tell me.
Well, you see all the like trainers and stuff out there throwing the football around, and like the JV kids are out there, and they're all just like pretending they're at the Super Bowl and catching it on the sideline, being CD Lamb and Justin Jefferson, and I don't know. Some of those kids got pretty good arm.
Well, they do. I mean, the reality is you could be watching a future star in college football and not even know it.
You really could.
I mean, you think about tonight, big game. Now, I hate college football on a Friday. North Texas plays tonight. It's going to be an incredible scene. That Eric Morris has got that stadium sold out tonight. And their quarterback, redshirt freshman Drew Mestemaker, right?
Drew Mestemaker.
Yeah. I mean, think about when you watch that game tonight. Here's a guy who never thought he'd be a quarterback in the NFL. I mean, this is almost like the Brandon Aubrey story.
All right.
I mean, this guy, he's from Vandergrift up in Austin, right? He didn't play quarterback. He was a punter and he was a safety. Did play quarterback on the B team. He just went out for North Texas trying to walk on. 0 scholarship offers. And now he's the starting quarterback, and the Mean Green are 5-0.
Wow. Well, maybe Eric Morris is the quarterback whisperer.
I mean,
could be.
He does have a Patrick Mahomes on his resume.
He does.
I mean, and again, Eric Morris was on the staff and was a big part in recruiting him.
Didn't South Florida beat Florida?
They did.
They did. Yeah, I thought so. They beat somebody else too, didn't they?
Who?
South Florida.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, they're 4-1.
Yeah.
The Mean Green are 5-0.
Well, I mean, so they've beaten 3 others.
Well,
if they're 4-1,
if they were big teams or not.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same Florida team that beat Texas last week.
Yeah.
Okay. I was making sure
they'll get curb stomped.
I'm just making sure. So you like North Texas tonight?
I do. I like North Texas because they're playing at home.
Okay. Well, according to ESPN, the Mean Green are 2.5-point favorite. Although when I checked earlier, there was a pick'em game on my little handy dandy app. So I'm trying to decide because, I probably catch this game tonight. Watch a little football on a Friday night, a little college football. Well, I'm listening to you, of course, in the other ear.
Don't lie.
So, but I might want to have a little something on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just kind of curious as to 2.5. I mean, if it was 2.5, I'd probably go South Florida on that. Would you give up the 2.5?
No,
you take South Florida.
No.
Yeah, 2.5. That's exactly what it is right here. That means the money's gone because it was pick'em earlier. That means the money's going on North Texas.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, the kids have been out of school today. They're all hammered.
Yeah.
Everyone,
as they should be.
You go to North Texas, you're drunk right now because they canceled classes today so you could get out and drink and be drunk and loud for this football game. So it ought to be a lot of fun. You think Jerry's drunk about now?
No.
Tipsy?
No.
He's had a drink or two. It's Friday night.
5:23.
Come on. He's Jerry Jones.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably. I mean, he's celebrating an Eagles loss last night.
Well, again, I mean, Jerry said he wasn't surprised that the Giants beat the Eagles last night.
This whole thing's designed for parity, and it's designed, frankly, every way it can be for everybody to be 50-50. And candidly, I really think you should go 50-50, but for your ability to get better than everybody else. So long-winded answer, doesn't surprise me at all that a team can evolve. That New York Giant team that we played when we opened up this year, didn't open up, but played them, is not the same team that's playing right now, and it's split 3 weeks later.
How about that? And Candy is
Candy Lee.
Candy Lee is fresh on Jerry's mind all the time. Is she not?
Mm-hmm.
Candy Lee. She must be something else.
Lifts me every day.
This is the pledge. That's so mean.
No, it's great. It's Candy Lee and Hooker. Maybe Jerry's just reminiscing days gone by. That Hooker was Candy Lee.
He's talking about Malik Hooker.
What are you afraid Jerry's going to get mad at you or what?
I mean, some drops are funny. Some are. Well, it depends on how you're going to use them. Yes. Because he says the word candidly a lot, but he can't say it.
He can't say it. Sounds like Candy Lee.
It does.
Candy Lee. Do you ever know a Candy Lee?
Do you think I'm an idiot?
I knew a Candy. I knew a Lee. But they weren't the same person.
I could say that.
Somebody out there is about to
sounds like a stripper
become
name,
a girl dad and name their kid Candily.
Or Candy Lee. Candy Lee. Next on the main stage. I don't think so.
Dude, I mean, we're about to go down a rabbit hole because think about this volleyball player back in the day. Because Pledge loves this story because he was producing, but when we worked in New Braunfels together and we did volleyball on the radio.
Volleyball?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And we were doing a game. And, we did either the New Braunfels Unicorns or the Canyon Cougarettes when, and man, really good teams, really good volleyball. But one of the opponents, one of the players, the roster, and her name was Precious.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I get that name, Precious.
Last name was Blow.
How did you call that? Blow with the dig.
Spicy and naked.
She played the the Ibero position, the one that was always that would go down on her knees to dig it out.
Yeah,
it was Pledge was in my ear all night long. And what you guys don't know listening is Pledge can actually talk to us, and we're the only ones that hear him.
Right.
And so we've got to ignore that and still continue to talk. And just all night long, and various innuendos that he would come up with.
Flo really dug deep for that one.
Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that you can say that it was a precious blow.
Deep on our knees.
Oh my gosh! Well, dude, first of all, how do you call volleyball on the radio?
Well, it's I mean
that would to me that would be hard.
A lot of things for you would be very difficult.
Well, I'm saying, I mean that's like
it's definitely hard.
Yeah. A spike and a volley
I mean, first it's called a kill. One, you got to know the terminology.
Well, okay, a kill.
It really isn't that hard because you have the serve, the return. Generally, somebody will pass it to somebody else, set up so and so for the kill.
Yeah,
I mean, and then on the other side, it's either going to be blocked or saved, whatever it is. I mean, it really isn't that difficult.
All right, well,
I mean, it is, but it's not.
You just don't see that now in the Braunfels. I understand it.
Yeah.
Right, because we used to have to do a lot of things in New Braunfels. We both worked at the same radios, different times. Yeah.
I mean, the hardest was doing soccer because I mean, literally, you could leave, go to the concession stand, drive to McDonald's, come back, and not miss anything. Oh. But I did those games with a soccer coach, and he was great.
Well, it's
like when I used to do San Antonio Scorpions games. Again, I was given a list of proper terminology.
Oh, I'm sure.
I didn't know anything.
I mean, I could hear you now. I mean, the guy's kicking, he's running down the field. The grass actually grew an inch right there.
Stop.
So that's awesome. That's exciting.
Better than that, but
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'll do a lot of things for money.
Well, I guess so. I'm just seeing a story right here by Brian Windhorst.
Okay.
We said that LeBron's got a pain in his ass, and it's a sciatica nerve.
Yeah.
He got it playing golf, apparently. It wasn't even a basketball injury. He was playing golf.
All right.
And yeah. You ever had a pain in your ass, Pledge, from playing golf?
I was about to ask you that because it seems like an old man injury.
Well, it is. My butt's feeling great.
Yeah? How's your arm?
It's good.
Your elbow? Weren't you complaining about something the other day?
I got a big knot there. I got a
you played golf. You hurt yourself working out. Doing simple curls.
I had a back injury.
Yeah.
That's simple curls. Nothing simple about them when you're lifting
15 pounds,
big weights.
Yeah,
I mean, those things happen.
Yeah.
No, these were they were a little more than that.
20.
Not even.
It was 30, actually.
Well, 2 15s or a 30.
But when you do it, I have to demonstrate.
Nobody wants to see you demonstrate.
Oh, go ahead and demonstrate, Joe. We got a new meme coming.
You saw that too, Pledge?
Yep.
Oh, come on. You guys.
Oh my goodness!
Get your head out of the gutter.
I can't believe that you have a personal trainer and that's your workout.
I wasn't with him at that point.
Obviously,
I was with my brother. I got to keep up with him, and he's lifting these big weights, and it's tough.
You can't keep up with him.
Well, I can't. Not when it comes to that. That's for sure.
Did you hear Brian Schottenheimer this morning talking about your boy Fergie?
I did.
Glowingly. You got to go do some underwear shopping now. That's what Brian Schottenheimer told the boys this morning on the Morning Huddle.
Well, I've been very open with, I really think two things from last year. I'm going back to go forward. I think, last year he was banged up. He really was. He got a knee early on, first game against Cleveland, got the concussion midway through the season. And then I've been very upfront, honest, and hell, I'm probably the biggest one to blame in this. But I didn't feel like looking back at the cut-ups over the spring that we used him the right way. So now fast forward to this year, he came back in incredible shape. He's an engaged man now. He's in love, and he's totally changed his diet, which we all do. I mean, my wife's probably listening right now saying, yeah, what about your diet there, big fella? But Fergie he looks great. He's doing Hugo Boss commercials, guys. I mean, like, he doesn't even have a 6-pack. Like, he's got a 4-pack, but he's doing Hugo Boss commercials in his underwear, and but he does look great. And again, he's a guy that, again, his ability to catch and run, his size. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but man, like, just his size and catch radius, man. He's kind of always open, and so happy for him because he really has worked his tail off to get back and to do the things he's doing. We're not surprised, but getting that first touchdown this year a couple weeks ago was pretty important to him because he wanted to get off the schneid.
And maybe I misunderstood Brian Schottenheimer. Was he kind of calling out McCarthy last year, saying they didn't use Ferguson correctly?
I'm the F to the E, R, G, the I, the E. I'm Fergalicious, so delicious.
I'm just wondering because that sounded like he was throwing McCarthy under the bus a little bit there.
To a degree.
Yeah. They didn't use him right.
Yeah. Shoddy every Friday. Brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. So you're going to go buy some Hugo Boss undies?
No, I'm not going to do that. I've got a Hugo Boss shirt that I bought at the Super Bowl last year.
That's not what
I'm representing. Hugo Boss.
That doesn't help out your boy Ferguson.
I like my underwear. They're the bamboo kind, made out of bamboo is why they're very comfortable. Yeah. This is the newest thing. I'm telling you. You make them out of they're the threads from bamboo. It's the newest thing.
You got to stick up your.
I know. Well, that's possible. Everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of that's the newest trend. It even says bamboo on the waistband. I'm telling you, man, it's the newest trend. You ought to try it. Hugo Boss, just overpriced. It's just overpriced.
Well, they got to pay Ferguson because he's marrying a Cavender twin.
Well, and he shouldn't need the money.
No, he needs the money. I'm sure she's expensive.
Well, she's probably got more money than he does.
Probably.
He just signed a new contract.
Yeah, she's still winning.
Of course, yeah, like Travis Kelce. But apparently, the Redwood is good enough.
Your obsession.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
Try to shove it up their ass.
I don't know if they do that or not, Pledge. That's between them. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Kelce and Taylor do in the bedroom. That's up to them.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them? Hey, we got to do our prime picks.
Yeah,
that's what we got to do, and we'll get serious here. It's a Friday after all. Have some fun with us, will you? I know you are. We're live at Hero Stadium. We got a football game to be played out here, Reagan and Johnson. You can hear it on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star with Jason Minix. When we come back, prime picks and an extended lead by Joe Reinagel right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's not Rico, it's Frico.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hi. My name's Jason Thompson. I've been representing people injured in traffic collisions here in San Antonio for more than 30 years. After a collision, I've spoken to many people who wanted to believe that the other driver's insurance company would be fair and they really didn't need an attorney. They thought that the insurance company would pay their medical bills and do the right thing. I wish that were true, but trying to go it alone is a big, big mistake. If you have been injured, please know the other driver's insurance company has adjusters and attorneys working against your interest. If insurance companies were trying to get to heaven, I'd be out of a job, gladly. That is just not the world we live in, though. Call me as soon as you can if you are injured in a traffic collision. I do not charge anything to review your case with you. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you should not do. If you want a smart and fair result, you'll need to make smart decisions along the way. And that is what I do. You and I will make smart decisions for you and your family, and we'll get justice and fair results. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
I got a little drunk the other night and went to my neighbor's house to see my dog that I gave him.
What? Hold on.
You gave it away?
Yeah.
The dog's going to miss you and think you're coming to pick it up, and then he's going to be sad.
You're turning the dog's life into a Supreme song, man. He's like, set me free, why don't you, baby? You just keep me hanging on.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Football season's in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. You can make picks and win money right now in Texas, and it's so easy. Pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on their stats, like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. Get it right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. It's so easy, guys. Is Javonte Williams going to score a touchdown this weekend? Is Dak going to go higher or lower on his touchdowns? And it's not just football, baseball, UFC, basketball, they've got it all. Download the app today, sign up with promo code ALAMO, ALAMO. You'll score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO, Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
At Frost, we believe in going the extra mile, like opening more locations to be a part of more communities. Overdraft grace, which means no fee if you overdraw your Frost Personal or Frost Plus account by $100 or less. And the little things like cookies, coffee, or that time when there was a fire at a Fort Worth daycare and Frost Bankers entertained 26 kids with snacks and games until their parents could pick them up. That actually happened. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
We love high school football and a team you can always count on. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quartermoon is here to tackle the toughest challenges, from plumbing mishaps to AC troubles, with the same dedication and passion that drives a winning touchdown. Our playbook is simple: fair prices, expert service, and a commitment to local families. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, your winning solution for a comfortable home. Proudly serving our community with local hospitality. From the pit house to the outhouse to the schoolhouse, call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-345-2789. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-345-2789. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-345-2789. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-345-2789 or biglou.com.
It's October, which means it's Oktoberfest time, and Carb Oktoberfest is one of the best out there. It's here for a good time, not for a long time. Get it now at all your stores and in select accounts around San Antonio. Carb Oktoberfest.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday evening at 6, the Aggies take on the Florida Gators. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back live at Hero Stadium, getting ready for a football game. The players now walking the field, kind of getting ready, stretching a little bit, coming out here and seeing what they got. We're getting ready for game time. It's getting close. About 7 o'clock tonight, right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Jason Minix will have your call between Johnson and Reagan, the Stone Oak Super Bowl, as they are calling it out here. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle, and he is Jason Minix.
It's going to be a fun game tonight.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I'm looking forward to, honestly, hearing about the wide receiver you're talking about that is so good.
Freshman. I mean, Johnson's got a freshman wide receiver named Braylon Allen who already has an offer from UTSA. He leads this undefeated number 1 ranked Johnson team in receiving yards with 500 receiving yards on the season, 24 catches. The other receiver has 27 catches, but not as many yards. They're just so well-rounded. And they've got a running back named Rashawn Hurt, who coincidentally was at Reagan. And his mom moved over the summer, and he moved. And so it's weird. Like, if you read Dave Campbell's in the summer, it was for Reagan's preview. It was all about Rashawn Hurt. Now he is wearing a Johnson Jaguar uniform.
Well, I tell you what, looking forward to that. It's San Antonio, especially, well, all the time, but it's just starting to get recognized. There's a lot of good football talent in this city. You know, everybody talks about Dallas, Houston, or even Austin, but there's some good talent right here in San Antonio.
Well, and again, you think about all of the talent. I mean, Steele last night just destroys Judson. There's 4 or 5 major D1 players on that team. Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of talent here. That is for sure.
No question about it. No doubt. Now, we got a big weekend of college football. Of course, the Red River rivalry tomorrow is what is prime tomorrow, but the Aggies taking on Florida. That's a big game as well. And then a big weekend of NFL football as well. But you know what we do on Fridays about this time?
Prime picks on the Blitz.
You're just so excited to get to this.
I am, yes.
Because you realize this probably won't last. But Ryan Eagle is so excited to.
You guys
to
are so far behind.
I mean, we are. Last week, Ryan Eagle went 7-3. Pledge went 6-4. I brought up the rear at 5-5. So on the year, Ryan Eagle is now 37-23.
Wow.
Pledge and I are both at 31-29.
So he's only up 6 games.
6 games only. 6 games. That's all?
That's it.
Okay. If you guys are happy with that, that's fine.
I mean, it's a long season.
Yeah.
It's early.
It's getting longer and longer for you two guys.
It really is. It's not a point where you're going out on a limb.
Well, I mean, why should I? I'm kind of like handing the ball off right now, trying to run out the clock.
What are you going to do, a tush push?
Maybe. Could be.
All right, let's start with tomorrow in at the Alamo Dome. UTSA, historically great in at the Alamo Dome, coming off a rough loss, a awful second half last week at Temple. They get Rice tomorrow, their conference home opener, and it's their homecoming game.
Look, I mean, UTSA has screwed me twice, 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to go with them again for the third time. Third time's the charm. Look, I got to believe that they're going to beat Rice. No, Rice is no pushover.
No.
They're not. This is not a cupcake game by any stretch of the imagination for UTSA. But I just have to believe at home, homecoming. I know Jeff Traylor will have those guys ready to play, and they'll come out with a dub.
Yeah, I think it's a bounce-back game for the Birds. Birds up.
Plus, they play really well at home.
Well, they do. So you're taking UTSA as well.
I am.
Okay.
At the Cotton Bowl in at Dallas, the Red River rivalry. Everybody's all on John Maturis playing. I think Texas bounces back after what happened last week. This is a game to save their season. It's bigger than the rivalry. I think Texas pulls it off.
I just think they have to. I mean, again, they lose this game tomorrow. Their season, they might as well start looking to next season. I mean,
it'll be a bowl game that they never want to go to.
Let's let them win a game first. If they lose tomorrow, they're in trouble. And so I just think this is desperation time for Texas. And I think somehow, some way, they squeak out a win. Even if Mateer plays, I have to believe that hand is not going to be 100%.
Look, they're already in trouble. And as much as I want to take Texas, they've shown me nothing this year that leads me to believe they can compete against Oklahoma, John Mateer or not. That defensive line for Oklahoma and Brett Venables and how they get after the quarterback, Texas's offensive line is Swiss cheese. It is. I mean, it reminds me of watching the Houston Texans play last year. It is bad. And against a team like Oklahoma and a defensive coordinator like Brett Venables, I don't expect them to be able to beat Oklahoma.
All right.
So you're taking Texas?
No, I'm taking Oklahoma, actually.
All right. A&M and Florida. 6 o'clock tomorrow here on 94.1, brought to you by Just Pots. I like the Aggies at home.
Well, look, the Aggies, and I kind of agree with Joel Klatt. They might be the best team in the SEC right now. And they're playing at home. It's going to be a nighttime game. That place is going to be incredibly loud like it is every game. Florida, again, it could be a close game, especially if Lagway plays. But I got to go with the Aggies at home. I guess Pledge's going with the Aggies.
Yeah, I'm going with the Aggies. I mean, they're at home. It's their last night game. Andrew Monaco sold me.
All right. He sold you.
He sold you.
Ohio State against Illinois. Saw this morning, this could be this is upset alert time.
Yeah, it is. You remember Illinois?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember who they beat, but somebody.
Indiana.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Indiana. Indiana crushed them.
All right.
But they bounced back and beat somebody.
Oh,
big.
USC.
USC, that's what it was. Ohio State is by far the best team in the country. And
by far? I like Oregon.
All right. Maybe not by far, but they're the best team in the country.
All right.
Look, Illinois is a tough place to go in and win, but I think Ohio State gets it done.
Taking Ohio State.
Yeah, Ohio State.
Everybody, Ohio State. Now, will they cover the spread or not? They're a 14.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
That's going to be the key. And on that note, I might take Illinois.
Alabama and Missouri. I really went back and forth on this one. But where's the game being played?
Mizzou.
I like Alabama on the road.
Dude, I'm still not sold on Alabama. I know they had a big win. They're playing better. But I'm not sold on them. And I think Mizzou, this is a game. Look, it doesn't matter what Alabama's record is. Everybody's going to get up for them. And I think Mizzou will. And I think they got a chance to beat them. I'm taking the Tigers.
Yeah, you get up to play a team like Alabama. But the problem is, too, do you get too high? Do you get?
I don't know, Pledge. Getting too high is not a bad thing.
Is that legal there?
I think
seriously,
it is
though.
now,
I mean,
actually.
you could get too juiced up and then kind of get rid of all that energy before the game even kicks off or too early in the game and not have it to sustain through. And I think Mizzou might be facing that, especially at home with that crowd, and they could run out of steam. I'm taking Alabama.
All right. In the NFL, Seattle, Jacksonville. Give me the Hawks and a bounce back.
You know, the problem, as I see it, and I'm going to sound like one of those ex-Pac-12 guys, Seattle's got to travel all the way across the country for this game.
Okay.
I think they've got a better defense than Jacksonville. I do believe that Jacksonville should get more respect than they do. But I just think they've got a better team than Jacksonville overall. I think it's going to be a close game, but I like the Seahawks in this one.
The Seahawks are traveling all the way across country, like you said. Plus, Jacksonville's defense is really good and got better with the addition of Greg Newsome, who they traded for earlier this week. And look, Jacksonville's a good team. I think they're not getting their due respect. And Sam Darnold is still Sam Darnold.
Well, I agree with you, not getting the respect, but they were lucky to beat Kansas City last week. And I think that told me a lot. I just don't think they're there yet. They are a good team, and they deserve some respect. But I think Seattle goes in there and beats
Not
them.
against the middling NFC team?
Chargers against the Dolphins. I like the Chargers, even though they're on the road.
Another cross-country trip.
Justin Herbert, he's on my fantasy team. He hadn't been good the last couple of weeks. They are so beat up. But Miami is a dumpster fire.
Dude, I can't believe the coach in Miami still has a job, quite frankly, unless they just don't want to pay the rest of his – I don't know what's going on there, but they are. Look, the Chargers are banged up, but they've lost 2 in a row. They need a win. They need a win desperately, and I just don't think Harbaugh loses 3 straight. I'm taking the Chargers.
From Super Bowl talk after 3 weeks to losing 2 in a row, they need to get right. And I understand that they're beat up. I understand Omari and Hampton's on the IR, but Miami's awful.
They are.
I'm going to take the Chargers.
Yeah.
All right.
Awful.
Who put this game on the list?
You.
Titans, Raiders.
Look, as a semi-Titans fan.
What do you mean semi?
The Titans, you talk about a dumpster fire. They may very well be the worst team in the league. And I know they've got to win, but Arizona gifted that win to them. They're awful. They're awful. And the Raiders at home, they got to be better than that. I think they run Ashton Genty a million times on Sunday, and I think that's going to be enough to get the win.
I think the Raiders win 6-3. In overtime.
I think Pete Carroll had a harsh talk with Chip Kelly and said, look, buddy, do it my way.
In a matchup of just awful teams, give me the one with the most talent. The Raiders have the most talent on that team.
Lions and Chiefs at Arrowhead.
Again, until Kansas City shows me something, I can't take them. The Detroit Lions, to me, are the best team in the NFC right now. They've got a hell of an explosive offense. The defense is not bad, but that offense is just running on all cylinders. And I just think, this could be a shootout perhaps. I don't know, but I think the Lions are the winners here.
Kansas City, to me, at home will be the difference maker. You take that Jacksonville game. They outgained them by over 150 yards.
They did.
It was a pick six and some lazy effort. Kind of like Baltimore. I didn't think they'd beat Baltimore at home, and they steamrolled them. I realize Detroit's far better than Baltimore, but I like the Chiefs at home.
Yeah, it's the fact that A, they're at home, and B, I just find it very hard for them to fall to 2-4. Like, with the way that the AFC West is shaping up, they have to stay competitive. And with the teams around them winning, with Denver looking as good as they are, they need to keep pace in the AFC.
Well, it ain't going to be this week, Pledge. They'll get Rashee Rice back next week, I think. But it ain't going to be this week. The Lions are just too damn good.
All right. Cowboys and Panthers in Carolina.
Yeah.
Cowboys have won the last 2 years there pretty handily.
They have.
They'll win again this one. Maybe not as handily, but they will walk out of Carolina with the win.
I think they win. Pledge. I think they win plenty handily. I think that no, seriously. I think the defense showed some things last week. They're getting healthier. They're going to get Kalen Carson back.
It looks
like
Jets.
I don't. It's at some point you have to take positive momentum and move it forward. And I don't care who it's against. You show improvement, I'm going to give you credit for your improvement. I don't care who it's against. And sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the net. Maybe defensively, they just need to see a couple of stops to get things going in the right direction.
We're talking football, not basketball, Pledge. You know that, don't you? Look, Rico Dowdle already threw out the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Cowboys better buckle up.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly right. They're going to run Rico left. They're going to run Rico right. They're going to keep the ball away from Dak Prescott. This is going to be a game that the Panthers will celebrate at the end. The Cowboys are going to go home losers. I'm taking Carolina.
Oh, he's out on a limb.
Wow, there's the limb.
Yeah.
So let me get this right. The vaunted rush defense that they keep bragging about, they're going to avoid throwing against a bad pass defense and try and run it against the good rush defense, and that's their
either
key
that
to
or
success.
Bryce Young's going to look like Russell Wilson against them. Either way, it's going to be a Carolina win.
I was just trying to put your line of thinking together.
Well, we'll see. You guys can laugh at me next week if it happens to turn out the other way around. That's for sure. Hey, Extra Innings with Pledge is coming up next. And again, Monday morning, 6 o'clock, the morning huddle. AJ and Rob will get you started and your first react. We'll be back Monday at 2. But don't go anywhere, because after Extra Innings with Pledge, you got Jason Minnick's back calling Reagan and Johnson, our high school football game of the week. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Riding I-35 with the Blitz.